morning. How's it going? I hope y'all are doing well this morning. This lovely, lovely Saturday morning. If it's morning for you. I'm a little late today. I apologize. I woke up late after grabbing a little extra sleep. Okay though. Sleep's good for you, right? Right? So, can't be too mad about it. I'm kind of taking care of myself. Kinda. Close to evening for you, Zeta? Jeez. Ooh. It was supposed to be a chill. And here we are again. Back at it. Ooh. Good morning, dingus. See you there. Ezra finally fixed my phone, got my Wi-Fi fixed, and so far no roaches have appeared. That's good. That's really good. Guys, eat breakfast? It is sitting next to me, right in front of me. It's oatmeal today. It's oatmeal, so I will eat it while I say thank you, which will be a challenge, to say the least. Ooh, collecting. One sec. Let me just really quickly. Hi, Kevin. How are you? How are you this lovely, lovely morning? Thank you for the gifted sub. Good morning. And Cam, thank you for the gifted sub. Ooh. Oh, thanks for the head pats. Gary, oats. I'm not a huge fan of oatmeal, but I will eat it in a pinch. And we're in a bit of a pinch. I was in a bit of a pinch for a time. So I made oatmeal while I made tea. Easy, just add hot water. Jokes on you, I love being seen. Dingus. Man, to enjoy being perceived? Can't imagine. I just can't imagine it. Cannot fathom. My heart beats a little faster every time someone just acknowledges I exist. I'm like, oh, you saw me? You can see me do my cringy, weird stuff? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Ooh. We kicked the boat. Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Jeez. It was you. You started this. Comedy option, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Courtney, thank you for the gifted subs. Good afternoon to you. And Eclectic, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Zeta, thank you for the 100 shinies. People filtering in. Yeah, everyone's gonna slowly make their way in at their own pace while I draw the spiciest art I've drawn on Twitch yet. Erwin Elf, thank you for the resub with Prime. Happy 5 months. And Comedy Option, thank you for the gifted sub to Zeta. Ooh. Chadwick, thank you for the 200. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Ooh. Chaos for Mommy Goth. I will reign in this chaos. I will use it to fuel me while I draw my spicy art today. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, I can do that. Eclectic, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. And another 5... Eclectic, is that 15 gifted subs? In total? That's 20. Eclectic, that's 20 gifted subs. That is a lot. Thank you very much, Eclectic. Didn't have to do that. You already gave so much. Thane, welcome back. Thank you for the reset. Happy anniversary to you. Been 12 months. Been a while. Oh, jeez. Don't lose your place. Don't lose your place. Dr. Eric Nefarious, thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. Enjoy the prime. Davidino, thank you for the posture check. Alright. Good for my back. And Eclectic, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, I have tea and water. I'm prepped today. I'm ready. Excuse the slurp. Oh, I should put a coaster under that, actually. It's hot. Okay, we're good. It won't stain my desk. My desk is already kind of messy. I need to give it a big dust off, because it has been a bit. Sometimes when art just captures you, you don't focus on anything else. Ooh, no lie, I saw the title and came running expecting to see a picture of chili pepper or something. Oh no. It ain't gonna be chili peppers. We're not drawing fruit or vegetables today. We're drawing something much more intimate. Eclectic, thank you for the earwiggles and the breathe. Oh, wow. Catching all those redeems. Goblin 2 focus on art for cleaning. Really though, really though. Like, I still have a pile of laundry right next to me on my couch. It's folded because Co folded it, but it's my job to put it away, and it's been sitting there for a couple days. Great roommate. Thank you for the ear wiggles. No TTS? Yep. Someone's going around abusing it right now, and I do not want to risk it. Perhaps I will turn it on later, but just for now, I don't want to risk people saying horrible stuff. And because I can only moderate it so quickly, especially if I'm busy doing something else. I don't want to risk it. So, Snack's having a little bit of a break. Taking it easy. Thank you, Co. Thank you for folding the laundry. Oh, my son. Good morning. Happy anniversary. How's it going? Religious, thank you for the resub. Happy stream, baby. Happy 9 months. Ooh. Happy late Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. I'm sure just to make sure it can stay folded, I'm sure. Yeah, it's still folded. Mostly. Yeah, it's mostly folded. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'll put it away. I'll put it away. Maybe tomorrow. I have a thing to do after stream today. My friends wanted to meet up, and so I gotta go meet them. Ooh. Let me take a little bite. I've got a couple more bites of oatmeal. Got the Halloween spicy art? Oh, you came in at a great time. Wonderful time, actually. Oops, image. I'm glad you're feeling a little better just hanging out here. Come and get some good vibes. Look, going good, just got coffee. You want some? Ooh. I love the smell and taste of coffee. Caffeine makes me absolutely jittery as heck, and the anxiety level spikes really quickly. Like, no, I put some honey in it, and I put some Macintosh apples in it. Real crunchy, real good. Oh, Sky, you don't like being shouted out? The hype man don't like be hype? How was Pokemon last night? Actually, you were hanging out in Barry's stream. How was this Barry's stream last night? I kind of passed out really quickly after that. Don't gotta put a coaster under you because you're so hot. Why, thank you. I got a cushioned seat, keeping me from burning through the floor. You're always decaf? I like decaf coffee. I still have some, and I save it for special occasions. Immortal Rich, good morning. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. What level of spicy are we talking for this drawing? Oh, pretty spicy. It's still Twitch appropriate, but it's pretty spicy. And in fact, I think I'm going to teach you how to draw a little bit of the spicy art. After I get a little bit more oatmeal. You're going to have to wait. With anticipation. It's got a really good vibe for another 14 hours. Jeez. They went to someone else's stream, Barry, for another 4 or so hours. Have you slept? Have you been sleeping? As you should. Then again, I'm not your mom. Within TOS levels of spicy. Listen, I don't want Mr. Bezos to come down and bring the hammer on me. I enjoyed streaming art and games. It's fun. I like vibing with y'all. I don't want to end that. Oh. Freaking guy started streaming at 7 in the morning on a weekday? I barely wake up at 7 every day. I'm not your mom. No, you're my mom. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, model work is going so good. I finished most of the... Like, I finished the V-Bridger features. Now it's a matter of doing physics and rotation. Ooh. Ooh. Ah! I love models. Hey, it was 6 for me. It's so early! How do you become a morning person? Tongue randomly popped up. Yeah, it's because I'm eating. Watch, it'll pop out again. Because I got a big scoop of oatmeal. Look at on. Good morning. Happy 2 months. Welcome back. It's 6 p.m. for you. Jeez. Good evening to you then. You go to sleep early. But the art is so good at night. All of the brain stops overthinking and suddenly you see everything clearly and a picture appears in your head. Start drawing it until you pass out at midnight. That's your art brain. Tongue action. Let's go. Nah. Shouldn't do that while I eat. It's not good manners to stick out your tongue at the other people. But it's fun. Well, I can't say it much. I sleep only like 4 hours. Jeez. I need 10 hours of sleep. I need 10 hours of sleep. Gary Mood, though. I know the art comes out late at night. Of course it does. You have turned D&D into a weebs. Job of self. Have I? Have I? Really? You sure there wasn't already an overlap between D&D and weebs? Because I know I was both. I like anime and D&D. Night Art sounds like a good indie band. Ooh, that is a good indie band name, actually. Gonna end up aggressively chewing that tongue. You jest, but I have actually done that many a time. A lot of the times, if I don't focus on chewing, I will bite my cheek or my tongue. And I have very sharp teeth, so it hurts and it bleeds. It's not great. It's not great. Also, Rich, thank you very much. Yep. Oh, yeah. Gotta focus. Gotta focus on eating. Sorry, I got something in my eyes. Spicy art of that spicy food? Oh, no. No, no, no. We're not drawing food today. I'm actually not great at drawing food now that I think about it. I like it when it looks good, but otherwise it's very, very frustrating to get textures and lighting right on food. What are you eating? I'm eating oatmeal with Macintosh apples. I'm really close to finishing it because I gave myself a smaller bowl today. I'm trying to trick my brain into thinking I'm eating a whole lot by giving myself a smaller bowl, and it's actually just an average-sized meal. See how this works. Imagine spicy oatmeal. What kind of spice would we throw in oatmeal? It was good manners to stick out your tongue in goblin culture. Did a goblin tell you that? He might have been messing with you. Like how Australians mess with people and they tell you like about drop bears. Don't believe everything they tell you. Sriracha oatmeal. Okay, but has anyone actually tried that? That doesn't sound unbelievably bad, but I can't imagine it being good either. Drop peppers? We know drop pepper. We're not trying pepper. I guess I'm gonna try to make birria tacos today for the first time. Tacos are really good. I don't know what birria means. McBo, you jest like, oh, I'm envious of Honey's tongue gets bit. And it's like, no. It hurt. I'm the one who has to feel the pain. It hurt. Stream is so spicy today. Even oatmeal is spicy. Topic of spice will come up many a time. Just mentally preparing myself by giving myself a meal. Alright, we got 2 more bites. We good. I bit my cheek. Well, we're bound to happen. Having soft tacos? Ooh. Spices like cinnamon. Oh yeah, cinnamon's technically a spice. That makes sense. Listen, I'm not trying to bite my own tongue in my cheek. It just happened. Dingus, don't make fun of my skill issue. No. I'm just trying to eat. Don't point and laugh at me when I spill my spaghetti in front of chat. You were warned. I warned myself. And it still didn't work. I'm gonna take a little sip of tea. Okay. Thank you for waiting. Shut up. You have an eating problem? Yeah, I'm not good at it. Like, a flavor tea? It is apple cinnamon tea. With some oat milk and honey. Good for the throat. There is a song redeem. I have it. Where is it? It was way back. Cosmic, thank you for waiting 30 minutes while I ate my oatmeal. Whew. Gary, don't! Gary, no! Stop pointing at my skill issue! I'm a beginner. I'm doing my best. I will learn how to eat one day. I'm only level 4 at eating brownie, probably. Stop pointing at me! Stop pointing at me! I'm nervous now. Ooh, welcome in, Mousy. Sky, I will fight you. I will fight you. Don't pin that to the top of my chat. No! Ah! Ow. I can feel the open skin in my mouth. Ah! Do you think that cooking with friends would give you better eating habits? Like you're already doing cooking with friends, but you also eat with them? Maybe. You see, if I point it out in other people, I don't feel as bad to do the same thing. Gary, listen, if I don't focus on eating, I will just chew all the way. Yeah. Yep, I'll do it too. See you later, Doom at Dusk. Take it easy. Mousy, no! Why? How dare you? Feeling skin is cringe. Return to skeleton. Feel your bones instead. Ooh. Blech. Feel it. Ugh, not great. It's fine. It's not like my siblings make fun of me for chewing very aggressively at dinner. It's fine. It's fine. I'm living. I'm learning. Streams become a war between Honey and the mods. They were real. They've been keeping me in check, making sure I don't get an ego. And I do appreciate that for them. But also, no, I can eat. And Honey bites the spoon. Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't do that. No, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Shut up! Is that? Apparently you do chew aggressively. Yeah, apparently. My model picks up how aggressively I chew, so it's kind of wild. Okay, you're still obscenely cute. Thanks. 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 Way to punch me while I'm down. Portal driver, where's Snacky's on a break? He's taking a break. He couldn't bear to see me eat so badly. But anyways, Cosmic, thank you for the song redeem. I'm gonna do that so I can deflect from my bad eating skills. Thank you, guy. Whew. Let's do an easy song because it's morning and my voice is still warming up. Oh, here's one I haven't sung in a long time. Let me drink some tea first. Excuse me. All right, yeah. Local streamer hides behind emote only mode. You know it. Come along with me and the butterflies and bees. We can wander through the forest and do so as we please. Come along with me to a cliff under a tree where we can gaze upon the water as an everlasting tree. All of my collection, I'll share them all with you. Maybe by next summer, we won't have changed our tune. We'll still want to be with the butterflies and bees, making up new numbers and living so merrily. Oh, good warm-up song. My voice is still feeling a little dry, but that's okay. That's all right. You can't just distract us from tuning with heart-melting melodies and angelic tones. Oh, but why can't I? Why can't I do that? Just change the topic a little bit. The song works well for D&D. It's really good. It works really well for D&D. It's a general really good one. I think my router might be simping or something. It's been bad all day, but now I suddenly have perfect connection. Magic. Magical. All right, let's turn on the tunes for art. We're gonna listen to more Diana. Is this too loud? No, it should be okay. Nostalgia, I'm down. I have big nostalgia for like Steven Universe and Adventure Time. Whenever I'm anxious or anything, I'll just watch old Adventure Time episodes. Makes me so happy. There's a Bambi horror movie? Yes, I saw that. I didn't know if it was true. I wasn't sure. I'm hooked on Vice sessions? Yes! Vice sessions are really good. They're really fun. You'd be perfect at singing lullabies? Thank you. I think I'd be pretty good at them. I just don't know very many lullabies, to be honest. For a second, it sounded like you were humming the Deadly Premonition song. I don't know. Also, Snowy Chew, thank you for the resub. Happy 14 months. Alright, let me just make sure I've got all my art set up. Yep, okay. We're good. Why is that there? One sec, let me refresh it. There we go. Excellent. Lo-fi Gobby? Yes. It's Saturday Lo-fi and Art Day, baby! Oh yeah, these are... I drew some of the goofballs as, just as animals we saw. I drew Jumpster as a possum, because Jumpster wanted to see a possum but didn't get to. Well, Jumpster did see a possum, but maybe not in the way he'd hoped. Fancier, good morning. The Jum Rat. Indeed. Alright. So let's start. Alright, I got my... Oh, shoot. Pen fell over. There it is. Do a couple quick warm-ups. Gotta warm up your arms. It's important. Gotta get that rat jam. I know, but the last time you told me was last night and I passed out after stream. I like sleeping. I need 10 hours of sleep, which is a lot. I will give you that. 10 hours is a lot of sleep. But also, it's very, very nice and I feel very good after it. Oh, I see some big possums around here. I just want to give them the love they deserve. They seem like pretty cool animals. I just... Maybe we'll go find a possum next time Jum comes over. Rizzy, you didn't miss much. I'm just about to start. Alright. So, for the spicy art we're drawing today, we're going to be drawing hands. You ever feel like your hands kind of look like this? Because this is how my hands start off sometimes. I do a weird gesture, they start out with this. I'm gonna do a anatomy breakdown so y'all can kind of understand how to draw hands a little bit, as well as how to draw hands interacting with each other. And that's where the spicy part comes in. But yeah, so if you want to learn, stick around. And if you just want good vibes, also is a good place for it. Hands and faces, the bane of my existence. Yeah, hands and faces, difficult. They have their own anatomy. Lewd, see exactly. I warned y'all this would be a spicy stream. You didn't believe me? You should know better than that. But yeah, so I have actually my notes from school. So I'm gonna share these notes. So instead of paying to go to school to learn these things, I will just teach you what I learned. Morning, Hammerhead. I'm doing good, just about to do some anatomy. Hands must hold with permission. Permission's important. Absolutely. You're right, David Ito. You need permission. Also, it's very, very cute when people ask to hold your hand. It means they respect your boundaries. Alright, so I'm gonna draw about 5 different hand anatomy things. So, we're gonna draw, this is the palm. Have the knuckles. Yeah. This shape is not perfect. However, this will kind of give you an idea of how to break down hands in your brain. Here, we love consent in this house. We love healthy relationships and consent. Let's go. Yeah, and then we got a little thumb knob here. You can kind of imagine a hand as just rectangles and half circles. That is it's a pretty good way of imagining hands. You can kind of understand it a lot easier if you think about it this way. Listen, I warned you, it's gonna be a little bit lewd. Dingus, I told you, guy, I'm an unstoppable, inevitable, irrevocably hungry, insatiably starving. I need a snack. Yeah, you gotta eat up. You gotta eat something, dingus. We got the wrist connection here. This is not perfectly anatomically correct. This is just a good way of thinking of it. Have this, like a little glove. You can kind of think of this as like a mittens kind of drawing. We have the index finger next there, the middle finger, the ring finger, and then the pinky finger. Draw nails on them because half circles. Thumb is a little bit different, but you can kind of get away with drawing just another rectangle out this way. That is a really basic hand. It's a good place to start and a good place to reference. So all of the tendons in your hand kind of originate from this wrist point. So they start here and then they go this way. They fan out slightly. This will vary from hand to hand, but this is a pretty good way of thinking about it. Hands with sculpting was much easier than drawing. Immediate visual feedback. Yes, that does help a lot. Drawing them in 2D can be very, very challenging if you can't really like grasp the shapes in your brain, but still good practice. It's like a fun little brain twister. Hold my hand. On Twitch. Guess what, Texan Fireman? What's up? Drawing ASL alphabet is good for practice. That is actually a really good practice for learning hand anatomy. This is kind of how the tendons work. Everything goes this way. and out. This is literally just in my notes. I'm just drawing what I see in my notes. I made like a full reference of everything I learned, which is weirdly enough, not as many pages as I thought. It was just a lot more practice. Aquafisha, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We're just drawing hands today. I hope you're doing well. You're doing Apex. How was Apex? Most of my characters have those cartoon gloves. It's pretty easy for most. Yeah, the cartoon gloves are actually really good for getting general gestures down. All right, now we're gonna draw the finger curves. His fingers have a natural curve. They're not perfectly straight like this. So, glove here. Still have the connecting points. The knuckles. We go from here for the middle finger. Because that's where the kind of the center of the hand is. Even if it's not, it still kind of is anatomically where it is. It was okay, you died at first a lot. That's alright. That's not bad. As long as you're having fun in Apex, like, nothing to worry about. Alright, now we've got... Because everything is going to curve up towards the middle finger. I paid a lot of money to learn this, and I'm giving it to you for free. Sometimes actually jets out like this. Got the straight middle finger. And then we have the other fingers that curve slightly. I'm exaggerating it, of course, just so you can kind of visually see what I mean. But fingers very gently curve towards the middle finger. Yeah, you can kind of see how that can add a little bit more life than just the flat, straight drawings that are very up here. It looks like a hand. It still registers as a hand, but it's not as smooth. It's very blocky. This kind of like adds a little bit more of the natural curves that a hand can have. By the way, honey, did you put stream in 18 plus? You can't shoot. Whoops. I forgot to put 8 stream. Are we pirates? It's not pirating per se, it's just I'm just sharing what I learned, not exactly the full course. So you technically, if you went and did art school, you would still learn this. Providing public entertainment. There we go. Yeah. Just providing entertainment and information and education. All right. Next, we're going to draw a little bit of how the bones would look like underneath. You don't really need this, but again, good for visual learning. So. I'm just holding my book in front of me while I'm drawing, just making sure I get it all right. This is the fist, or not the fist, the palm again. It's kind of how the bones would work underneath. General shape, not actual bones. Because drawing the actual bones will help you grasp an understanding of the anatomy of them. However, for drawing them, you don't necessarily need all of that anatomy. These are just kind of shortcuts. They can help you visualize without you having to draw every single little bone in the hand. Got the palm meat. It's a little bit more in between those two fingers. That's where the meat of the hand would be. And then you got the fingers here. Not sure why I drew them like this, but I guess this... I'll just copy it because maybe I'll understand why in a moment. Yeah, I think this was more just to explain what the palms look like. Not a visual artist, but I imagine using the bones helps the range of movement for them. Yes, bones and studying them does help a lot. You got that's something I think you'll understand when I feel that's something I want to hold. Is that song weird? Do you have tips on how shadows would look like on the hand? I can try to give tips for that. I guess it really depends on your style of shading, because I shade very simply. I like very simple one-tone shades. I am not particularly skilled at rendering, so I don't know how much I can help you in that area. Me 10. Alright, and then the last one for anatomy reference is going to be the bones of the fingers. So this one we're going to draw a little differently. I'm going to use roundness. So instead of breaking them down by anatomy, we're going to break them down by shapes, so that we can kind of understand them a little better. They are actually a bit longer. Fingers are usually about the length of your palm, just for reference. So if this is how big the hand is, halfway point is usually about where the fingers and palms are. So you got... Thanks for the posture check, geek. Oh, my back. Techno Dog, thank you for the hydrate, by the way. How do I draw buff arms? I suck at it. Study a lot of, like, literally pick up pictures of bodybuilders. It's not usually what muscle looks like when you draw them, but you can see their muscle anatomy and try to draw that exact pose with that muscle anatomy in a new layer. You know, you can even trace it to kind of understand how the breakdown works. One of the biggest things that is very, very difficult to tell people who are just starting art, including me and like my other friends, like everyone drags their feet on this, but the absolute best way to learn anatomy is to do life drawing. What is life drawing? Life drawing is drawing real people, either referencing pictures or going out to the real world and just drawing people you see. Don't be weird about it, don't take pictures, but drawing them, like drawing people in transit or just sitting on a bench, can really help you grasp anatomy and gesture and posture. It can really, really help. It is probably the most tedious part of learning, but it really does level up your art game significantly. Don't draw them like French girls. Draw them as you see them. That's actually the thing. Don't draw them like how you would like to see them. Draw them as you see them. It is a very, very difficult switch to flip in your brain, but once you get it, it really helps. You have to touch grass? Either that or look at pictures of people outside. Just get stock images. That's a really good place to study them. Look at bodybuilders if you want to study muscle. Honey's socially anxious, but telling us to go draw in front of people. I had to do that. That was actually an assignment we had to do. Dr. Crafty, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. What were y'all doing? You're just chatting, just vibing. Nice. I hope you had a good stream. Happy Saturday. I got distracted. Right, I'm drawing knuckles. So we got knuckle here. Here. So again, they all follow this curve. It can vary from hand to hand, but generally this is a good way of thinking about it, is the knuckles all kind of have a curve to them. Read this thing, that's what I did. My notes, that you can visually see the different knuckles. But yeah. I'm gonna make this a little bit clearer, that these are lines for the fingers. And you walk up to strangers and ask, "May I draw you? A goblin on the internet told me to do this." So our life drawing teacher told us to go outside and draw people just cafe drawings, essentially. Go to a cafe, order something, watch people as they draw, or they eat, they read, and they just take sips, and draw them as they do this without making it weird. This was something we had to do, to study different face shapes and different expressions, because usually you want to draw a subject that is sitting for a fairly long period of time. And usually when people are in cafes, they're sitting there for anywhere to 5 to 30 minutes. So you don't know when they're going to be done, but it forces you to draw them quickly, get their gesture down, and then clean up as fast as possible. It can be very, very good for increasing your drawing speed, as well as breaking down shapes quickly and not wasting any time in getting the essentials of a pose down. Also, if you don't get motion sick, you could have done this assignment on the bus on your way to class. So you could do it real last minute. Alright, I think that's all the hand notes. What did I write? Begin with loose gestures. Add boxes and perspective, bones and anatomy. Hands have their own anatomy as well as face and feet. Yep. My teacher said do life drawing once a week minimum, or else you get very rusty very fast. And you know what? He was right. He was absolutely right. I just sit there looking guilty while trying to draw that the whole time. Probably make everyone suspicious. Nah. You don't look as suspicious as you think unless you are staring at them. Because how it works with life drawing is you look at someone and you have to create a mental image of them in your mind and then start drawing and only look up occasionally and keep drawing. You're not supposed to stare at them the whole time. You're supposed to look at them, get an impression, draw, double check your impression, draw again, keep looking, draw again. But they're little bursts. So if you do it properly, no one will see you looking at them. It's a weird assignment that forces you to not stare at the subject too long and instead rely on your impressions, but look at them to reference their anatomy and their the fabric folds that they have and the expression. It is a very, very weird, but very, very good homework assignment, if that makes sense. Drawing on a bus sounds like hard mode. It's not too bad, actually. I don't get too motion sick on buses. That's what I ended up doing. I didn't miss any messages from Crafty. Dr. Crafty. My bad. Oh Lord, my teacher once told us to draw people in the park. It was empty that day. Oh, unfortunate. Usually I would go to the library because people are usually reading and not looking up. So it's much more comfortable. It's just to go out to the park or something and offer free drawings to people. That way you get plenty of practice of those life drawings. Maybe, but sometimes when you tell a subject you're drawing them, it can influence their pose. They will take on an unnatural pose. They'll straighten their back and like look majestic. When no, you want people relaxing and in life as they would be. You don't really want someone posing for a picture. You want a candid photo, kinda. What's also important to remember is that fingers are technically inside the hand. Where the bottom knuckles meet the hand is where the fingers actually end, so we have webbed fingers, turns out. Yeah, we do, actually. It's really neat. I think it comes from the days where we used to live in the water. Angry Dwarf King. We're thinking about getting an XP pen artist 12 and working on my drawing, and here you are giving free lessons. No worries. I hope these are helpful. Also, there's Marble Fox. Thank you so much for And the Red Hex, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 months. Welcome. You mean last minute is not the only way to do assignments? Always. Whew. Wait, so now I gotta draw them in my brain first. This is getting more complicated. Yeah, you have to kind of remember their pose in your brain and not stare at them too much. Because if you're staring at a subject too much, you're not turning them into a drawing, you're copying a pose. And there is a very slight difference that is hard to grasp. Because you don't want to draw something exactly as you see them. You want to grab the shapes and the form, you know, the gesture, and then you can add anatomy on top. Captain Arnbar, thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. Welcome back. Oh, Fox, that's so cute. I just found your channel. Thank you. Life drawing seems interesting. It forces you to visualize much better. Also, Thane, thank you for the coffee. And being able to draw a reference from memory is just a nice way of remembering certain details. Yeah, because if you try to capture every single detail up front, you are going to miss the anatomy underneath. What you want to draw is the impression. So this is... I'm just going to move these down. This is kind of where... This is the tendons, kind of. The curve of the hand. Bones of palm. And then this is the... These are kind of the the big four ways you can break down hands for drawing. You can go more detailed, but for simplifying drawings, this is kind of the way I think about them. Like I said, if you go to the park or the mall, something like that, and have a sign offering to draw them for free and give them the drawing for free, it's perfect practice, and they can stay there as long as you want them to. That's kind of the thing, though. You're not supposed to be able to keep them for as long as you want. You're supposed to draw them while they're not looking. You want candid. And you're supposed to draw them quickly. Otherwise, you will focus too much on the details and not get the quickness of the drawing down. Also, I don't like when people watch me draw sometimes because I get nervous because they'll watch me. And here's the other thing. My teacher specifically warned us about this and said, here's something you can do to really up your art skills very quickly. However, would not recommend doing it, is you go to just any park and offer to do caricatures. Here's the thing with caricatures. No one wants an ugly caricature. So if you offer to draw someone, you have to both make it look like them in an exaggerated form, but also make them look kind of appealing. And that is a very, very difficult thing because some people are very, very self-conscious about very particular traits they may have. So if someone has particularly thick eyebrows and they're really self-conscious about it, and you really exaggerate the eyebrows to make the caricature look good, but they're very, very sensitive about it, you may have just offended them without really realizing it. Caricatures are very dangerous. Be careful with that. Don't draw them unless you're a professional and ready to potentially offend someone. Make chibi versions? Yeah, that's not a bad way of doing it, but chibi versions are not... Chibi and anime style is very good for drawing quickly and beautiful art. However, for really capturing and exaggerating features, it's not great for learning how to break down anatomy. Yeah, chibi lacks detail. So, like, yes, you can do it and you won't really offend anyone because it's chibi. But it will not have the same learning effect, you know? So I'm gonna go grab some pictures of hands, and then I'm gonna show you how to break down hand drawing. Drawings, I want actual pictures. There we go, this is pretty good. This is a right hand reference. This is really good. Normally I would just reference my own hands because, you know, that helps me out. That's what I do for practice. But for this, it's easier if you can visually see the hand I'm trying to reference. Characters are hard to do without a good base understanding of facial proportions. Yes, it is very difficult. The problem I have is I can't draw the thing I look at. Always looks weird. That seems like a practice thing for the most part. Are you telling me that any of us could have been a model for an artist without knowing it? Yes, absolutely. That is absolutely what could have happened. Someone could have drawn you without you realizing it. It is a very common practice in art school. I would imagine if you're going to ask people if they want free art and draw them, you should be ready to receive feedback for said pictures immediately. Yes. A lot of people don't understand when you say this is for practice. They will give you very harsh feedback and go like, I don't like this. This doesn't look like me. And it's like, yeah, I'm learning. What did you think was going to happen? I may not be good yet. So just generally, if you can have as little interaction with whatever you're drawing as possible, that is the best way for you to learn. Because the more interaction, the more you observe, and the more you interact with your subject, the more you affect it, and it will impact your art and your learning. Neko, hi! Hands? Yes. Didn't expect this from you. Well, even this stuff you still love. Thank you, Neko, for accepting me. Just one. I don't want this to get spicy. I don't want to get the spicy stuff on me. I'm too safe for this. Oh. Of course I understand, Neko. Don't let it bother you. I get it. I get it. I always under the impression the caricature was kind of satire and that it was supposed to be evasive, maybe offensive. For political cartoons, yes, it is used for that a lot of the times. But it's mostly used so that you can recognize the face at a glance. There's a reason why a lot of political cartoons are not, like, flattering depictions of political figures. And it's just... no one wants an unflattering caricature, but it's also funny to look at. The caricatures are weird. I think someone back in college, Jeremy, showed it to me and I was like, it looks better than I do. Sometimes it'd be like that. Alright, so I'm gonna do a breakdown of this hand. Using how I usually draw hands. Okay, perfect. So, two ways of doing this. One is you can directly, for learning, trace it. Even for your art, if you grab a picture of your hand, you can very much trace it. However, when you trace it, you will just get a gesture and less of the anatomy, but it is not a bad place to start. Assumption of the wrist here. Add volume. Yeah, there you go. You already got like a bit of a reference. So you can start from that, or you can start without looking at it and instead do the breakdown yourself. I like to do it this way because my brain likes to think about it more. I look back at the reference, back at my drawing, I look at it back and forth. So I can still get the impression, but exaggerate it a little bit more. I can push the shapes more to have a more cartoony appeal. Okay. I don't think either way is wrong. This was the trace, this is the drawn. I don't think either way is wrong. I like doing this way though, because it makes my brain think a little bit more. Thanks, Bandwiches. Welcome in. Imagine the old days where people posed for hours so painting could be done. They still do that. They still do that. Life drawing classes is actually just that. Where yeah, it is. Life drawing classes is where someone will pose. So usually the models pose for 30 seconds when they start, just for warm-ups so that the artist can get, you know, warmed up and their arms can get moving. But then the models will start with, or go with 1-minute poses, maybe like 15 of those. And then 3-minute poses, maybe, mostly 3-minute poses are actually what we do in our class. Because our teacher wanted us to not focus too much on the details, but more focus on the anatomy and capturing a pose quickly. Because the faster you can capture a pose, the longer and more time you have to work on the details later. About tracing, I find myself making proportion references quite often, because I haven't yet to gain enough experience with drawing to freehand characters not to make them look like abominations. That's fair. Like, the way I am drawing currently, I am drawing very, very anatomically human proportioned hands. I will go over how to do more cartoon and varied proportions of hands later. So don't worry, we'll get to that. Right now I'm just refreshing my brain. Yeah, I want to push this a little bit more. Little nails on it. I like it. Nails can also help to give direction and emphasize proportion with hands. I like to draw really spindly, pointy hands because I get to see the bones in them a lot easier. Robot hands I find easier to draw, and I think that's helped me with drawing organic hands. That is actually a really good point you bring up, Bloodasp. Thank you for bringing that up. Robot hands are actually really good for studying, partially because they follow these rules. But if you look at robot hands a lot of the times, they will already, because if you look at your hand, you can't really see where the joints bend. However, if you look at a robot hand, they already have these pieces separated visually on the outside so you can reference their proportions. That's why a lot of models, like the 3D models in Clip Studio, you can see a lot of these lines on them. And it really, really helps to emphasize not only proportion and foreshortening, but it also references where the knuckles are and what angle the thumbs are. Really, really cool. Great tool for learning. I wouldn't rely on them too heavily for proportion if you don't already have a good grasp on anatomy. However, if you have two characters interacting and they are very, very differently proportioned, it is very, very helpful to have 3D models to reference. Caricature is the exaggeration of parts of the face that makes someone recognizable, which teaches you what those parts of the face are. Yes, I am not great at caricature because face anatomy hard, and I don't understand the appeal. Like, I don't understand how to draw it with appeal. I understand the appeal, I don't understand how to do it. And that's just me. That's a skill issue. Worked at a theme park and they had caricature artists. This one dude I think was training to be one as he wanted to switch positions. He wanted to draw me. I have the piece. Oh, that's awesome. It's really fun to go to caricature artists. Afternoon Magical Bard, how you doing? But yeah, so you can kind of see, excuse my writing, traced versus reference. So the trace version does give you the drawing. It's good. However, you can see in the fingers, it kind of lacks a little bit of anatomy. I don't know how I broke down things. Versus when I reference it, and what is drilling? I apply the information that I know from this into the drawing as I draw it. You can get a kind of better understanding of how the joints will move and how I can adjust them. Second, an embarrassment looking at characters. Yeah, I get that too. I also don't like people staring at me too long. I get self-conscious. You can tell it's the honey version of the hand because honey draws the middle and ring fingers stuck together. Yes, I actually, while we're on it, that is actually a really fun trick that I like to use. So if you look at a lot of drawings, what you'll notice is that, how do I explain this? I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this. So hands have gesture, and in gestures you really, really want readability because it emphasizes the pose so much faster. The audience can really, really quickly grasp what you're trying to do with the pose. So for example, if I draw a hand with each individual finger like this, the hand doesn't really have an energy. It doesn't have a feeling. However, if you turn it into a 3-fingered hand, it can emphasize more of a cohesive shape. Right now, there's too many gaps, there's too many lines. It is a little hard for the brain to grasp what is going on. Yeah, Gary, it's a really good trick. However, with this, it's so much more simplified and the brain can really see it easier. There's too much detail in this. It distracts away from whatever main pose you're using. So instead, using the 3-finger method, you can actually really, really simplify not only your anatomy, because fingers can kind of reference each other, but you could really simplify the gesture and the lines of action, you know? Feeling good to stop? Yes. This is, again, you can also do it this way. That's too thin of a finger. Like this. Like you can pair any of the fingers up just to help push the pose a little bit. Let's see, what's another one? Do this one. But yeah, just basically switching from 4 fingers to 3 fingers, but still drawing all of the fingers is a very, very nice method to make it so the brain doesn't have to think too much about this. You know, it's softer. It can really emphasize things better. Here's why I have 3 fingers. That's a really smart design choice, to be honest, because a lot of the times, even if someone has 4 fingers, they will try to draw 3 fingers, but just add the other one together. The pairing can depend on the pose for perspective. Yeah, And there are definitely poses that do require having 4 fingers each do their individual thing. That is very much it. But even if you try to make poses yourself, like, there are not a whole lot of poses that require the fingers to be separated, maybe with the exception of like a claw or like when you're grasping something or grabbing a door handle. Even then, you can push it to 3 fingers. But yeah. Let me do another hand pose. Do the side of the hand. This one. I will trace it first so you can see. So this will be traced. You can kind of see it's kind of lacking a bit of anatomy. It's lacking life and shape, but it is not a bad place to start from. Kuchu Lynch? Thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. It's Goblin time and I'm excited about my new commission of a humanoid Periton. Wait for an update, but I'm super excited. Nice! That is really cool. It's always fun seeing what people commission from artists. I like it. But yeah, so if we're gonna reference it this time, we're gonna draw the boxes underneath and the thumb piece. Nail up here. Put the knuckles all back here, so you can't really see them, but we're gonna draw them a little bit anyways. I'm simplifying with 2 knuckles for now, just for gesture's sake. So I can grasp it a little easier. Can't really see the last finger, but it's there. I have to draw it like it is there. I separate the knuckles, something like this. Clean it up a little bit. You can kind of see where I'm coming from, right? Traced is a good place to start, but then you really want to try to add anatomy, so referencing is probably a better way of doing it. Make it a little shorter. Yeah. Make your character a yeah, because I cut off a finger from each hand. It's a conversation starter. Remember the Psychonauts devs had to do that with their main character because of the cultural connotations of Japan. They modeled the pinky and rigged it to the finger to make the hands 5 fingers. That's really neat to know, actually. Jumpster, hey! What would it look like if, say, 2 hands were holding each other? Well, Jumpster, let me go pull up some reference because we need reference. And holding reference. 1 second. Let me open up an incognito tab. Let's see. Oh, can I show this? Oh, can I show this? Oh no! For education purposes. It's for educational purposes. It's for educational purposes, okay? Alright. TOS, don't worry. It's fine. Mr. Bezos is fine. Let's reference, let's see. Let's actually reference this one. So let's move this over. Actually, yeah. Let's reference this one. Don't worry about it. It's for education. It's an anatomy class. It's for anatomy. All right, we're gonna do this one. This is pretty close to how Jumpster and I hold hands. Dude, Lewd, you going to jail? You never take me alive. I will escape. But yeah, so I will again do a reference layer versus a trace layer. So we're gonna do that. Lieutenant Honey Jill, removing say-so from the stream forever. I warned you. I told everyone, hey, this is gonna be a spicy art stream, and none of y'all blinked an eye until I pulled out the hands. I'm like, haha, funny joke. Honey's gonna draw like a spicy chili pepper. No. This is a hand-holding stream now. You know, there are so many finger-holding positions. Some of these are a little spicy. Like, not gonna lie, some of these are a little bit spicy. Those are the faint heart. Look away. Precious. Your precious morals. Oh gosh, I'm eroding them with every second I draw. Can't believe Honey has become a degenerate. I know. How could I? I have betrayed everyone I've ever loved. They don't know I'm unsay-so. I draw hands. I can't believe it. But I'm finally ready to live my truth. I like drawing hands. It's okay. Alright, let's see. This is just, this is from tracing. I'm gonna add this so that it reads a little better. So just from tracing, this is not bad. You can kind of see what's going on just from the drawing. However, you can't really see the cleanness of the anatomy. So just tracing the outlines might not be the best way to go. Good place to start, not a good place to end. Is TOS safe? Maybe. Maybe. Who's gonna rat on us? Deverin, thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. And Bloodass, thank you for the posture check. Nobody tell. Nobody tell that I'm drawing hands. Lord Leon, thank you for the resub. 17 months. I still never understand the hold handling is lewd meme. One of my old history teachers actually got it banned. That's so weird. Like, completely outside of the bit. This is fine. Like, this is very normal. Don't worry about it. This is especially for anatomy. It's actually really, really good for you to practice drawing your hand holding something, because that way you can actually grip things and kind of understand foreshortening and perspective. Look away, Mr. Bezos. Your eyes are not wanted here. Hammerhead, thank you for the breed. Ammonia, hi. Thank you for the resub. Happy 13 months. And Bladus, thanks for the posture check. Very important to breathe. Yes, it really is. Sometimes I forget. Oh. Oh. Okay. I said that, but it's exaggerated because it's implied to be more romantic and having feelings. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so let's start with the anatomy breakdown for this. So I'm going to start with the lower hand. You're going to see a lot of lines overlap, and it will be messy, but usually roughs are. So we're going to start with this. The box, not a cube. Hand up here, or the thumb up here. Finger. Go. Probably end up here. And we're gonna draw the second hand over here. Wrist starts there, goes up. One hand looks a little bit smaller, so I guess one will be a bit more I'm impressed. You've surpassed the amount of time that you were supposed to pass out from drawing spicy art. Now all you need to do is survive the next 2 to 3 hours. We got a little bit. We got a while, don't worry. No joke though, it is actually a really good idea to get to practice drawing hands, just because they have their own anatomy, and if you can grasp their anatomy, it really helps you to create a library of poses in your brain that you can reference, you know? And watching Honey draw makes me want to start learning myself. She makes it look so comprehensible. Thank you! I'm glad it's it's easy to understand. I always worry, I'm like, is this too much of an art term? Like, do I need to simplify this a little bit so people can kind of grasp it? But like, good to know that it's very easy to understand the way I'm explaining it. Then we're gonna draw the knuckles, and then the triangle thumb piece. Now draw the fingers. So we have We're gonna exaggerate it a little bit just for the simplifying sake. Knuckles. So again, this is gonna look messy because it is a rough. I am just getting all the anatomy down. And we have one finger that is up slightly. If you don't like to think of knuckles as boxes, you can also think of them as cylinders. Son, Twitch chat blocked my funny comment. Anyway, hi son, how are you doing? We're just drawing fingies and hands. Right, and then we draw the nail. I like adding nails to art just because you can kind of get the perspective of a hand a lot better if you add them. You know, Tex Avery from Looney Tunes drew over 10 miles of paper-drawn animations on and drew most hands and gloves to save time, and people didn't say a word. I understand the drawing things in gloves. It really does simplify the art. Have this knuckle goes here, and then so just remember, reference the art or the picture you're looking at so that you can have a better understanding, but don't stick with just your traced version, because then you're going to be missing some important anatomy information. Like this finger doesn't look like it's twisting correctly, so we're going to adjust that. Don't worry, it's fine. It's just hand-holding art. It's just hand-holding art. Alright. This anatomy already looks off, but that's okay. We're gonna refine it with a couple passes. This is a good example of how to use reference, but not rely too heavily on it, you know? So, looking at this, these fingers, way too big, but that's okay. I'm gonna draw the opposing fingers right now. Hands take a very long time to draw, especially if you're drawing like multiple hands, but it's a really good exercise. All right, we're gonna come on top. Now, this looks like a jumbled mess. Don't worry, it's part of the process. Now, turn this down, flip it so that my brain understands it, and I'm going to choose a different color so that I can refine it. So this is just from impression, but we're going to simplify it. I'm going to, that is not a dark enough color. Hammerhead, thank you for the sub. Happy months. And Dingus, thank you for the gifted sub to Sun. I've been remembering lately to draw the second knuckle bend in the fingies, but also I've been designing less characters with human hands. I understand that, yeah. I'm very fortunate that, like, as a teenager, even just like as a kid, I really enjoyed drawing skeletons. So that really helped me kind of get an early foundation of anatomy. I'm gonna exaggerate this thumb a little bit. There. Palm of the hand here. I'm gonna draw this on a separate layer, just in case. That way it's easier to adjust. The fun thing about digital drawing is you can draw things on separate layers, so it takes way less time to adjust. And it was a spooky child. Yep, I was a very spooky child. My favorite comfort character was a skeleton lord. He was just nice. I liked drawing him. He had like a bunch of bones coming out of the crown of his head. It was cool. Maybe I'll redesign him. Just realized he had wings? Yeah. They're hiding a little bit. Love how Honey says she's gonna draw the spicy start she can on Twitch. That's within Twitch TOS, but then she draws this degeneracy. Truly, this is the darkest timeline. And Honey is a dastardly sinner now. I got the horns out, baby. Bring forth the owlbear hand drawing example. I don't want to draw owlbears right now. Not feeling it. Actually. Alright, we're gonna simplify this. So I'm gonna push this a little bit, actually. So part of the thing to also consider is, with reference, the perspective can be off. I like to simplify things as if they were not in a fisheye lens, kinda. Because every picture you take is gonna have some sort of distortion. I like to kind of not fix the distortion, but put it back to how your eyes would see it rather than a camera. That is another reason why life drawing can be very, very difficult when you use pictures, because of the distortion with the camera lens. Oh, we're pushing that a little bit. Still gonna have the finger go up, but I'm gonna actually push it a little bit more. This is where Honey's true evil pops up. Lewd arts. Listen, it's for learning purposes. We gotta do it to learn a little bit. Alright, we're actually gonna push this finger down a little bit. Should be connecting around here. Maybe here. A lot of this comes from years of practicing drawing hands. And even then, I will not get it perfectly right. I'm gonna simplify this and 3-finger it. Just to make it easier for my brain to understand. And for the pose to read a little bit better than as opposed to if the fingers are completely splayed out. Hands are lewd. Outside of the bit, no, they're not. It's just fun to make fun. It's just a funny little bit. Wrist joint here. I'm actually gonna push it down a little bit more. This. Wouldn't see the line separating here, and then you would push the wrist here. There we go, that looks a little better. Alright, not bad, not bad. We're gonna go back to the green hand and do the fingers overlapping it. We die for the bit. Commit to the bit. Don't be a coward like me. Right, and I'm gonna finger here. I don't know why this song is making me think of Bloodborne right in this second. And fingernail here. Yeah, the soundtrack is nothing like Bloodborne, and yet I am still thinking about Bloodborne right now. Maybe I'm just thinking about Bloodborne. Are you dressed as Alex Straza or just a generic red dragon girl? No, I'm in my demon outfit right now. This is my outfit. Here. There we go. I'm gonna scooch this hand over slightly. Again, the pros of you doing digital art is you can adjust things like this. You can kind of see already this looks a little bit better. I think this finger is too big. This is a better cleanup pass. It's not done. For sure it is not done. But it is much better than where it was before. There we go. So, there's the... I just realized the canvas is flipped. There we go. There's the traced. Anatomy pass. And then the cleanup. You can kind of see how the stages can vary. Like, this is just traced. It lacks the bones under the drawing. It doesn't quite look like it's there, you know? It's still good. And then there's the anatomy of it, which can get so messy, but it kind of helps you to understand why it looks that way. And then there's the exaggeration and cleanup. There you go. It kind of just makes the silhouettes more readable. Someone's thirsty for... Hunter must hunt. The beat drops are telling you to fear the old blood. Perhaps. Yeah, that's kind of the gist of how I would break down hands. Now, there you go, there it is. And for those who were not here earlier, here's a little breakdown of how you can break down hand anatomy. Just for your own understanding. Someone just learning art from zero, do you recommend starting digital or on paper? It's kind of up to you. I would highly recommend starting on paper or having both. Because if you're just starting as an artist, a digital setup can be very, very expensive. Especially if you don't know how committed you are to this hobby or potential career. So I would recommend just starting out with pencil, paper, and drawing. Don't worry about it. You can always upgrade to digital later. But drawing on paper actually really gives you a good sense of committing to lines. Because with digital, you just Control-Z whenever you erase it. And your brain can very easily correct... your brain will understand that like it's really easy to correct things in digital. But on paper, you can see how you grow. And see, you can look back at art and see what sort of mistakes you made and what sort of things you've learned from, you know? Son, I'm good at following reference in photorealistic sense, but stylized hands are tough to develop, especially to match your drawing style. It takes a really long time, and it's rough. Then I fear the hands I'm going to have to draw soon for some designs I was commissioned for. More people should have monster hands. I love monster hands. The anatomy of the rules can still apply to them, even if there's a different number of fingers. But they look so cool when they're monster hands. Don't worry about blowing through sketchbooks, fill them up? Yes. Absolutely right, Phosphorus. It's better if you can actually blow through sketchbooks, because then your brain will just create a good... or your hand will get good muscle memory, and your brain will start to understand what works and what doesn't work in art. It's a very interesting process, and it's complex, and not everything always makes sense when it comes to learning. And you will go through points that are tough, and you might burn out sometimes. But that's okay. That's kind of part of it. Will this VOD be saved? Yes. All my VODs are saved to my YouTube. I have a VOD channel you can check out. Also, Hammerhead, I thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. Lewd hands made me do it. Keep it going, honey. You're doing great. Well, I'm sure I hear this a lot every day, but I like this a lot. Extra live, no. Welcome in, but you came at a very interesting stream. We're doing hand holding. Thank you, guy. Yes, all my VODs are on YouTube, so you can check out my old art streams. There's a lot of art that I haven't finished, and that's okay. It happens. I admire artists who can just like muscle through an art stream and get like a piece done. I unfortunately am not that fast of an artist. Alright, let's put these into layer. We've kind of gone over how to trace and then add anatomy and then clean up afterwards, right? We've gone over the basic rules of like, don't always separate the fingers. Sometimes draw them as if they were 3 fingers, but add the extra finger on with another one, you know? So now I'm gonna go over stylized hands. And this is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna take a little bit of time to draw it. But I think it's good for understanding. For reference, I will be drawing only humanesque hands. So they're going to be different proportioned and different styles, but they will be 4 fingers and a thumb. Just keep that in mind. Just here to say character rig works really well. It's really expressive. Probably because you are IRL. Thank you. Yeah, I made it myself. So I'm glad it's so expressive. Any tips for staying motivated and not getting demotivated or depressed by your early results when starting out? That's the biggest problem I have, making me pull long breaks and stopping me from fully committing. It may be weird, but for me, I almost treat myself as if I was a child. What I do is I kind of turn off my brain that's like, oh, this is bad. People are going to look at it and think it's bad, or think they're going to think it's weird, and go, no. You don't have to show this to anyone. Literally, just draw and encourage yourself as if you were a child. Just go like, hey, I really like how you did this line art. Hey, I think this eye looks really good. And just keep gently talking to yourself. Because being harsh on yourself will only discourage you and dissuade you from pushing further. Some people have the opposite. Some people love the challenging motivation. I like the really gentle kind of motivation where if someone says they like something about my art, I will fixate on that and be like, oh, I'm gonna get really good at this. And then it keeps going, and it eventually translates to me getting better at art in general. I'm gonna take another sip. Ooh. Important to note that art is more than drawing. There are many different medias you can explore, including painting, print, fashion, modeling. Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of art. You ever done feedback drawings on stream? No, for a very specific reason as well. So show us the grippy gromblers. Ooh, I will. I'm just taking a quick break, letting my hands stretch, and letting you look at these hand rules while I try to catch up with chat. You show how to draw cloud hands. Yes, that is actually one of the styles that I will be going over. I'm gonna go over clawed hands, very square brick hands, and I'm gonna be going over soft noodly hands. Those are kind of the big three that are really good to go over, and both have different advantages to learning. But I don't do drawing reviews because I don't want to potentially ruin someone's self-confidence if they're just starting art. Everyone is at a different level. It is different from you bringing a piece of art to a professor who is going to spend a whole lot of time helping you improve. If someone shows me art that they are very proud of, but I start to tear it down in a way that they're not comfortable or they're not ready for this particular advice, it can be very detrimental to their growth. And I never want to dissuade anyone from doing something they really enjoy. I don't think I can have that on my conscience. Because if I showed some of my art to someone I really admire and they gave me a lot of criticism, even if they gave me a lot of compliments, but they gave me like maybe one particular bit of criticism that I am sensitive about, I feel like I would be I would be a little bit hurt, but not that it's their fault. Yeah, that's a very tricky situation to deal with, and I don't ever want to ruin someone's self-confidence because that's terrifying. Might have gone over this already, but do you have tips when it comes to drawing from refs and not having things feel stiff? Sometimes I feel like I don't always get things right when I do gesture practice or other things. Reference how other artists draw. Like, just compile a photo library of hands or this particular thing you like to see in these particular pieces of art and break down why you like them and study them and see how the other artists break them down. That's the wonderful thing about the internet. You can get references anywhere, and you can learn from so many people you admire. Realistic anatomy looks like a pain and draw and animate. Yep, it is very tough, and some people love doing it. That's just how it be. Have you seen people's art? Want to finish one art piece a day for the past 15 years? Have not? I couldn't do that. Valley of Vibes, thank you for the sub for 3 months. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. Thanks for your encouragement. No worries, Joshi. Or Joshi. Son, I will be lurking, but I can't wait to steal Honey's secret recipe to master the hand drawing. One step closer to being as cool and base as her. Son, you're already so cool. You're already so fast at art. It's intimidating. Echo, I usually limit myself with my criticisms and prefer praise unless I am asked. Also, you keep. Thanks. But yeah, that is actually a really good method of doing it. Being harsh and trying to tear yourself down in the hopes that you will build yourself back up stronger and better sometimes can have the opposite effect. Sometimes you will get better, but that's just a time thing. But as a result of tearing yourself down, you might feel you have to be defensive of what you create. And becoming defensive while you're learning is going to be very detrimental to your progress as an artist. It's so tough. It is so tough. Potato Lizard, thank you for the earwiggles. Alright, so, shall we begin the different styled hands? I'm gonna break this down. We're gonna do noodles, sharp, and square. So I'm gonna draw one pose, but with different hands. This might take a little bit because, you know, drawing hands takes time. But I think it'll be a good exercise in seeing how you can apply the same rules to different styles. Here's the anatomy. We're gonna have an anatomy layer and a cleanup layer. I'm just going to start a very basic pose. Start from there. Different colors so that I can see what I'm doing. Afternoon delivery, girl Stakel. It's just speaking of compliments. I'm doing so well in accepting praise and compliments. You should keep giving it more. I'm trying my best. I'm going with. I'm doing my best. Genuine compliments. Ah, okay, I'll just take a sip. I'll just hydrate. Frostgrowth, thanks for the hydrate. Oh, another VTuber I watched says very good thing. Practice makes progress. Yes. That is actually a very good saying. Noodle, noodle, noodles. Yeah. All right, let's do some very, very basic anatomy. We're going to do some very simple poses, and then they are going to get more and more complex. You're an excellent teacher, patient, eloquent, and knowledgeable. Thank you. And hard, normal, natty. Thank you for the posture check. I think I've talked about this before, but like at one point, when I first started going to school, I was trying to become a teacher, quite honestly. But I unfortunately got bored with the subject that I was learning. I was going to be a math teacher. And I kind of got bored. I ended up failing one of my classes because I just got so bored I didn't end up doing the homework, which was not great in hindsight. Like, not great that I failed that course because of boredom, essentially. We're gonna do a very simple hand wave. It needs to be this. I really apologize if you can hear drilling right now. They are not supposed to be doing construction on Saturday, but here we are. He's cute and talented, makes an excellent teacher. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Gonna lurk, dingus. Well, I finished up my weightlifting, but thank you for so much for the tutorial. It's really cool and informative. Oh, thank you, dingus. I'm glad it's informative and you enjoyed it. They say practice makes perfect, but no such thing as perfect. That shouldn't matter. You should still try to shoot for perfection. You'll reach excellence along the way. One thing, too, is perfection will always change, you know? What you think is perfect now will change in the future. You will think it's a different thing. That just comes with growing. It's kind of cool. Alright, there's the anatomy. We're going to keep that fairly simple. And we're going to draw with noodle hands. So for noodle hands, they're very simple. I'm actually going to turn down the anatomy layers. See it clearly. There we go. Noodle hands, pretty simple. Long fingers is the style, and very, very compressed palms. Not great at them because they are super simplified hands, but they are very fun to draw. Some is a little too long. Also, what I call noodle hands, someone else might call something different. So just keep that in mind. I call them noodle hands because, like, the fingers are wibbly wobbly and wavy. Big Impact, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. And Frostcrow, thank you for the prime. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Adamarth, how invested are you in something? How invested you are in something truly has a big impact on your desire to work towards it. Yeah, exactly. That is very true. If you feel like you can emotionally connect with art, or you feel like it's really important and you really enjoy it, then yeah, of course that's gonna motivate you more to do more art, and you will thus improve. I think this thumb is a weird shape. Down a little bit. I'm also going to be drawing the wrist for these because I think it helps to emphasize the gesture of the hand. It's been a while since I've drawn noodle hands. Usually a bit of a perfectionist in my drawings. Nothing wrong with that, Joshi. As long as it doesn't, like, stop you from working on something because it's not perfect. In the end, perfection is subjective, and you should ask yourself why your concept of perfection is this way. It's a way of figuring out what you're looking for in the first place. Analyzing why you think something is perfect is a great way of starting a direction in which we want for art, or just life in general. A wise artist once said, "I hope you will always find dissatisfaction for art, because if you find yourself satisfied with your art, then you've nowhere to go. No improvement to make. You always find ways to improve yourself in your art." Short finger snakes. Yep, that's a good way of describing them. Alright, I think that's pretty good for a first one. Let's move the anatomy to the sharp hands now. I love drawing sharp hands. It's probably one of my favorites. And really like push shapes. I draw it like this for a lot of my villain characters. There are still soft parts to them, for anatomy's sake. Still look really cool. They also follow anatomy a little bit more than the other hands I draw. Artists are really amazing. I gave it a shot, couldn't get past stick figures. I've noticed people say that a lot. They say like, oh, I couldn't even draw a stick figure. And it's like, that's alright. I mean, I never started drawing stick figures, but it is actually a really good technique for starting with anatomy. Instead of stick figures, try to draw like dough people. You know, like the Pillsbury Doughboy. That's not a bad character to start with. Hi, Gramps. I'm doing good. I will say that I've gained a love for drawing weapons. Similar to how you said, think like a child for it, I do for weapons because, haha, big sword is it's cool. That and I find an appeal towards the lethality of some weapons. I even planned on drawing some of my homebrew D&D legendaries. Nice. Yeah, it's... You almost have to remember, if you are just starting something, treat yourself as if you are a child. Because you kind of are. You need to be gentle and encouraging. Otherwise, you are doing the equivalent of dissuading and being rude and mean and discouraging to a child who is just learning, you know? What kind of hands would you say what you have? Probably a little closer to the sharp hands, but that's just because it's more anatomically correct. Of the hands I draw, this is probably the most anatomically correct. I will draw them at. Because the more tightly you cling to anatomy when you're drawing characters, the more you'll have to take time to make sure the anatomy is correct, you know? My brain likes drawing this way a bit more. This hand needs... this? Yeah. Pixar and Disney hands OP. Yep, they get a lot of artists who know their anatomy. Oh, Banjo, yeah, I'm showing different finger types, like different hand styles. Critical, thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. You're too pretty and elegant to not resub to. That's how grammar works, right? By that I mean you're too pretty and elegant, so it would be a sin not to resub. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I think it's something about sharp hands just make me want to have my cheek held. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Man, villains always get the coolest stuff. Like, they got the coolest looking hands. They get to have all the manicures and stuff. I just want to look cool. That's why I became a villain. There we go. All right. Finish the nails. This is actually needs to curve a little bit more. Long, elegant, pointy fingers. Put the nails over here. Then this needs to be moved over slightly because it's lost volume. Oh, wrong one. Nope, wrong one. Come on. Yeah, rotation point, move. This also needs to be a bit longer. The joys of digital art. You can really make adjustments on the fly. It is really nice. Oh, I almost avoid all issues that artists commonly have by not drawing. Sometimes drawing's not for everyone, and that's okay. I don't know why my model froze again. Unfortunate. One sec. Oh, it disconnected, that's why. I was so busy drawing the hands that I forgot that it disconnected. There we go. There we are. Feelings look cool in general? Yes. Oh, yeah. Martha, the advice I need to implement. Be nice to yourself? It's hard. It's really hard. Villains and anti-heroes don't have to conform to social norms like most heroes do. That's why they can be more stylish. Oh. Villains are so cool! I love them. So much more interesting to look at. I'm gonna adjust this hand a little bit because I'm realizing it's a little crooked. Fingers are a little too... Oh. Oh. Okay, and then... individually grab them. Oh, that's... Come on. Here. Yeah, there we go. That's an okay one. I think I gotta move on to the next one, because my brain will fix it later. Advice. My girlfriend does great art, but she prefers to only do sketch and cartoon style random characters. She almost never finishes anything bigger, but her sketchbook has great stuff in it, and she refuses to upload any because it's just a sketch. How can I get her to share more of her work? I don't think you can. I think that's kind of... That's a very personal thing. Art is very, very personal. Sharing the art is not something that anyone should feel like they have to do, because sometimes they're not ready to show it. They feel like it's not ready, it's not good enough, it's not up to their own standards. And that is okay. Because a lot of the times what happens if someone shares their art, sometimes random people will start criticizing it for no reason. I don't know why people do this, but simply because art exists does not mean it is open for criticism. Sometimes you want to share some things. And another thing is, like, some people may be like, when are you open commissions? When are you open commissionings? That bothers me a lot because it makes me feel very pressured to open up art commissions to the point where I just go, actually, I never want to do commissions ever again. Like, I completely shut down. My brain shuts down the possibility of ever doing commissions because so many people ask me, and it makes me feel really, really pressured and self-conscious about my art. It's frustrating. It's not like... I know it's a compliment because people are like, oh, I really want your art. But to me, whenever I hear that, I get scared. It really scares me. And it's not a rational thing. Absolutely it is not. That's the unfortunate thing. It's not a rational thing. It is meant to be taken as a compliment. How did you stretch the finger like that? So if you select what you want, come on, select. So if I select it, Control T, right click, and free transform, and you can kind of move it around however you like. Traditional artists watching Honey just adjust the angles. Yeah, I know, right? Are you thinking of adding more expansions to your model, or are you happy where you are right now? I'm pretty pleased with this as is. Instead of going back and adding more and more things to an old model, what I'll usually do is, because my skills upgrade with every single model I make, I just make a new one from scratch. I can make small tweaks and adjustments that can really, really emphasize more in a model. But I do like sticking with a model for like several months because it just feels good to use it for a long period of time. Like, I'm proud of it. As it is now, I like it. But I know that in like 4 months, I'll be ready to do a brand new one. The joys of being your own model artist. Discorded, thank you for the breathe redeem. Oh, push my back. Thanks for the quack. Also, Kilgun, I'll get to that song in a moment. I do want to finish up this hand. Didn't think about that perspective? Yeah, no worries. Sometimes it's difficult to realize all the possibilities of why someone might not want to share art. And that's okay. The best thing you can do is just keep not encouraging them to post, but to keep encouraging your girlfriend that, like, yeah, you like her art and you think certain parts of it are really cool, you know? Be specific with your compliments. Don't just be like, that's really good. Be like, oh, I really love how you drew the hair on this character, or I really love how expressive the eyes are. The more specific you are with compliments, the more genuine it feels, and the more it feels like you actually are encouraging them instead of going like, oh yeah, that's nice, that's really cool, that's really nice. Like, giving artists very specific compliments is, like, giving artists compliments in general does motivate them to keep going, and it's great. But if you give a very specific compliment about a very specific part you like, that is like drugs to an artist. Books and Brooks. One hand, want to make art a career. On the other hand, having people constantly ask for commissions is super stressful. Yeah, it is very difficult. And the other thing to consider is pricing your art accordingly to what you are worth can be very, very stressful and difficult because a lot of people will come in and say, this is too expensive. And that's when you gotta go, too bad. It's a luxury. Oh, Olvain, it's so rude. Would it be more polite to ask, do you do commissions? Yeah, that is more polite. It's just like, instead of when are you opening, it's just like, do you do commissions? And usually I will reply, no, my commissions are closed right now. Thank you for asking. Because I know it's not malicious. It is absolutely not malicious to ask, like, when are your commissions opening? It's just, it's kind of like your parents continuously asking you, when are you gonna get a job? When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna start a family? You know, it's like the future pestering of like, you should be doing this. So when is it gonna happen, you know? Sometimes you don't have to share it, and art can be whatever you want, and then you can even be for yourself. Yes, absolutely. And Coffin Head, you don't have to draw in front of people. You can definitely just draw for yourself. That is totally valid. Honey, why are you honey? If you don't get it, I mean in the way of how a loved one says honey. Like why my name is Honey? That's just my name. I like it. Speaking of models, I love watching your model change over time. I've been here. You've just simply evolved into a more fleshed out and cute one. Thank you. Just tuned in. Love these hands. I've always loved messing with hands and fingers and poses and sketches. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. I still have to draw the square one, but I will be taking a quick break to just make sure I catch up with chat and also prep a song redeem. Because that is very important. Gotta make sure I keep up with those redeems. Can't fall behind. There we go. Okay. Sweet. Prepping myself a little bit. Just tuned in. Love the hands. Oh, I just read that. My bad. Is there a shorter nickname you go by other than Honey? My wife and I have always disliked when people call us Honey or Hun. If not, totally okay. Just one of those weird things drilled in my brain. Absolutely fine. No worries. If it makes you uncomfortable, you can call me Goblin, or you can call me Hun. Totally fine with people calling me Honey, Hun, different variations of that. I understand that for some people it can be uncomfortable, so don't worry about it. It's all good. I will say the name Gobby is the name of one of my friends, so maybe not Gobby, because like he is another Goblin streamer, so it might get a little confusing if we do a collab. It helps you show specifically notice and appreciate a specific part of pieces, like I like it versus I like it playlist. Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with that. It's just if you want to go the extra mile. Really scratch isn't just to be complimented in something that pertains to one of the fundamentals. Yeah. Just go like, I like how you drew the bones in this art. I discorded. I'm doing good today. I'm just catching up with chat. Obny gobny. Nobody goblin. Call you bee juice. What about my wife? Nah. Again, I don't want to feed into parasocial relationships like that. I don't want to do that. Hey, streamer, derogatory. Exactly. And it's so sweet. She even has her music sugar. Honey, honey, you were my candy girl. My dad used to play that in the car all the time. B-barf would technically be more accurate. Yeah, it would. It would. Got to halfway to do some errands? Do some errands, Albedo. Take it easy. What about the other part of your username? The dash. The underscore. I could be the underscore streamer. B-barf Goblin doesn't have the same ring to it. Doesn't have the same pizzazz as Honey Goblin. Underscore person. Yeah, there you go. I'll just be underscore person. Ooh. McKilgun, thank you for the song redeem, and thank you for waiting. The BD redeem is gone. I think switching between models is a little too strong for my computer right now, so I have to... I don't know if it's going to happen this week, but sometime in the future I'm going to uninstall everything and then reinstall all of my all my games and apps and everything, just to see if that helps everything run smoother. Because there's a lot that needs to be adjusted with my computer. Windows reset time? Yeah, pretty much. Sounds like a supervillain name. The underscore person. Agave Goblin. True. Could go with a different type of sweet. It would be rude to call you puke. It might be a little bit rude. People might look at me funny when someone refers to me like that. Glucose Goblin. There's some. Agave's a bit different type of sweet. Yeah, it's a different kind of sweet. I don't know if it's. Honey is pretty good for you. I don't know if agave is good for everybody. Grew up, Gov. I flew up. Watched Tangled recently? I have been wanting to rewatch Tangled, actually. I really like it. We are still on very lewd hands. We're probably not going to switch off until after the stream, which I'm going to stream for at least another 2 hours, and then I got to head out. So we're here for a while. Did a slow migration where I put my old install on a VM so I can use it if I need to, and make clean install to make my daily driver slowly update and do everything. Ooh. But 2 more hours. We got time. We got time. For now. Oh, I just muted my mic. My bad. Did recently clear out my downloads folder that was like 50. Okay, maybe I need to go through my downloads. I might need to go through my downloads. Am I muted right now? No, I'm not. Cool. I accidentally pressed it. But yeah, wrong mute. Alright, cool. What about the eyes? Those are lewd too. They see your internet history. Of course they're lewd. But Kilga, thank you for the song redeem. I'm just gonna stretch real quick. and take a sip, and then we're going to get to song. I can hear drilling in the background. Hopefully y'all can. Courtney, thank you for the hydrates. Sick. Good timing. Just gonna remove the tea bag from my tea. Don't drip on my desk, please. Please, please don't drip on my desk. Yeah, right. All those days watching from the window, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Now I'm here blinking in the starlight. Now I'm here, suddenly I see. Standing here, it's all so clear. I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light. And it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different. Now that I see you. All those days, chasing down a daydream. All those years, living in a blur. All that time, never truly seeing things the way they were. Now she's here, shining in the starlight. Now she's here, suddenly I know. If she's here, it's crystal clear. I'm where I'm meant to go. And at last I see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light. And it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything is different. Now that I see you. I really want to rewatch Tangled, actually. It's a real good movie. I really like it. Thank you, guy. Let's get music back on. Alrighty. Movie stream? Maybe. I don't think it, well, could just start a timer on top of the stream and then watch together. Thanks, Johnny. I thought about doing voice acting work, but like I am actually very, very bad at acting. I get a little too self-conscious about it. I can sing. I can sing okay, but like I don't know if I can act. Acting is hard. Deliver voice. Thank you. Actually a little warble when you push notes, the smooth when you quiet down. Thanks. I'm getting better at the, I think it's called vibrato. I'm getting better at the vibrato. Amber, thank you for the 100 shinies. Was eating what I missed? Not much. I'm just drawing some hands. We're just enjoying drawing different kinds of hands. I did doodles, sharp, square. I might end up pushing these a little bit more later, but for the most part, they're okay. I'm gonna do really square hands. Let's see how this goes. That's a little too big. One sec. I need to size it down a little bit. Thanks, Kingbit. Alright, well done, honey. Beautiful as always. Alright, square hand, square hand. I can cheat square hands a little bit too. Make this a little bit wider. Square hands to work. There we go. Very square hands. Square hands are pretty simple. They're very boxy. Seen Honey try to lie playing games and like Among Us, so we know she's the best actor. Yeah, I'm not a good actor. Which kind of sucks, because like, I wouldn't mind doing voice acting work. I feel like it'd be pretty fun, but also, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to act. I was put on a stage a couple times as a kid, froze up, wasn't good. Here because I saw some clips of you on YouTube and I like the soothing tone of your voice. Hearing a song on my first stream was a nice treat. Thank you. I hope you're having a fun time here. Thanks for coming to drop by. Titus, thank you for the posture check. Good to stretch the arms while doing art. Oh, excuse me. I really hope y'all aren't hearing the drilling. You have the voice to do voice acting. Yeah, I just gotta train. Yeah, I just gotta learn how to act. Hey, Alex, I'm doing good. Just doing hands. But yeah, they're kind of like, not Lego hands. They're like, what's the show that has these hands? I think like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs has these hands. It's really fun. I like them a lot. Stretch the fingies. The crispy grumblers. Alright, let's make another pose. Let's do wrong color. Do one where the palm is not facing up. They're blocky hands. Yeah, block hands. Haven't heard any drilling? Perfect. Oh, I'm glad. Did you try improv? I tried improv once. I cringed so much. I had to not talk to anybody for like 4 days. It was bad. It was pretty awful. Was not a fan. Have them holding a object. Also gonna remove this for now. Up here. See a little better. Let's actually switch this up a little bit so it's easier for y'all to see. I'm gonna make it like a not a graph, but a chart. You should try and prep. I did. Never again. Never again. Why do you think I got self-confidence issues? Because my mom wanted me to be confident and sign me up for acting, dance, and I went, oh, actually, this makes me hate myself more. Your hands are very common in 3D. I can see why. Hey, Flynn Lockwood. Love it so much. Okay, we're gonna put this up here. Over. I made a more horizontal friendly scene. Where? Oh, I made that way too low. There we go. I like to organize my lessons so that I can explain things better and y'all can visually see the difference very clearly. There we go. Now we're gonna move anatomy over. There we go. That. Does model always have wings? Nah, not always. This is mainly a spooky season model. I like it a lot. You can recover from bad improv, you can recover from anything. I'm still recovering. I sprained my cringe muscles. It's so hard to reach that cringe threshold again. It's already so high. And since acting is no different from art, you'll always judge yourself more harshly than others will, and it all takes practice. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Well, this model isn't super nice. Thank you, Snub. Thank you. Crucible of Cringe, the embarrassment-thon. I'm so strong. I'm so strong from having gone to improv and gone, actually, I still kind of like myself, but I still will not act. Alright, noodle hands. Let's go. Kind of the way I draw noodle hands is just like, no bones. Only sausages. Also very small palms. One thing with noodle hands is a lot of the times you can really push the fingers to get some very, very good silhouettes. You almost have to like remove the anatomy you just learned for these hands too, which is frustrating. I like anatomy, I like the rules, but then sometimes you need to break them, and that is the frustrating part. Art is weird like that. It teaches you all the rules and then goes, okay, but break them in the right places now. And you're like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Almost like Mickey Mouse gloves. That hand is way, that finger is way too long, actually. Ugh. Or these fingers are not long enough. Yeah. I think so. I think this is alright. So weird. You know what I meant in One Piece? Oh, I do. I'm not gonna attempt One Piece, honestly. Mister, I'm glad you're enjoying me try to explain my thought process out. Evening Hedgehog. Ooh. Acting feels like an out-of-body experience. You have to suspend so much of your reality to get into it enough not to feel like you're being a lunatic. At least this is what it feels like to me. Yeah. It's so... Nothing wrong with having an elongated finger for pointing. It's the pointing finger. Okay, let's move this down. Come on. Ugh, my screen is losing sensitivity. Almost time to get a new one. I don't want to. One thing about sharp hands is a lot of the times I still like to give them anatomy. I just like to emphasize them. Make it feel like thorns. There we go. Our class is where they tell you how to do a thing for a semester, then they look you dead in the face and say, now don't do any of that. Yeah, they do that a lot. Learning when and how to break the rules is always frustrating. It really is. Ooh. Fancy tablet. Yeah. I probably get the same tablet that Cove has, because Cove got like a brand new Wacom Cintiq, and I really like it, because it doesn't have glare. It's got like a matte screen. I really, really like it. I will probably give this to my cousin for really, really cheap because, yeah, it's a little, lost a little sensitivity. There we go. Now I'm getting into it. Takes a while to really get into hands. When you do, it starts to fall into place really nicely. Now we move it down. A little bit. I think you'd still be a live streamer if you weren't a VTuber. Probably not, no. A lot of the appeal of VTubing is that I don't have to worry about other people judging me for how I look or weirdly sexualizing me online and like making me feel uncomfortable about the way I look. And that's honestly the win, because I already don't like when people look at me because it makes me really self-conscious and nervous. So having a piece of art that I love working on be able to move and express myself very nicely really, really does help. And I'd love to get a huge Cintiq, but it won't fit in my desk. Yeah, there's also like desk space to consider. I'd probably have to get another arm if I did. I kind of like the old way of doing it, but like the arm also could be nice. I have a 10-year-old Cintiq that still runs good. Cintiq. I got this Cintiq secondhand, and it's very, very good. I like it a lot. But it is starting to lose sensitivity, and that's really it. Just the loss of sensitivity, which I can kind of deal with for a while. But if it starts to get really bad, then I've got to switch it out before it gets to the point where I can't work. Cheating this a little bit by only giving it 2 knuckles. But sometimes it helps for cleaning up a pose. Yeah, adding 3 knuckles kind of makes it too complex versus blocky hands, which are nice and simple, and I like the simplicity of them. There we go. Okay. A bit thicker. And I can slide this a bit because it's too stiff looking right now. There we go. Okay. That helps a little bit. Benjen, welcome in. I'm glad you're enjoying being here. Also, Pirate Artisans, thank you for the resub. Happy 17 months. Welcome back. 17 months already? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good, yeah. Yoshi, thank you for your wiggles. Sharp reminds me of the Owl House? Yeah, there's a reason I really love the Owl House's style. Anonymity is hype. Yeah, anonymity is good because it's good for privacy. It also like just lets you sort of release a little bit of the fear of being judged for doing what you're doing. Like if you, it allows you to be a bit more cringe without fear of, not repercussions, but like feeling like you're cringe. VTubing is great because you get to play a character and put a filter between you and the audience. Yeah, exactly. You can stream without a webcam too, though. There's people who don't talk to show art progress. True. I think VTubing is a wonderful progression for art streamers, though, because it's what's more interesting than a design and piece of art you've made that you can make move. It's a wonderful way for artists to showcase their work while also doing more art. Thanks, Doshi, for the year. Alright. Welcome in. Any recommendation on starting tablets? I do not have recommendations for starting tablets. I jumped right into the deep end. Got a Wacom's 22-inch Cintiq because that's what I had at my school. There you go. That's so relatable. I just couldn't do this if I had to be in front of people. It's hard. It's okay. Yeah, thanks for the breathe, Redeem. Trying to draw a type of horns for a character and I can't find references for it right now. They look like 2D flat objects. The horns I'm trying to draw come from the top of the head and they go out and down and then they go up and back and then a small point outward. Look up ram horns. I think you're looking for ram horns. I've noticed that a lot of VTubers are quite self-conscious, but streaming doesn't trigger their anxiety like seeing people in person. Yeah, it's very different. Curious about Honey's horse chipped. I might have a bad habit of accidentally hitting my head on stuff. Gently. It happened a couple of times. But yeah, the VTubing doesn't activate the same, and streaming doesn't activate the same like fear response that I get when I talk to people. It's neat. It's a nice, it allows for some level of socialization and vibing with friends that I sometimes don't get when I hang out with people in real life. Of course I have fun with my friends, but like, this is kind of a space where I get to choose to present myself in a way that I know I can control. Kill not the part of you that is cringe, rather kill the part that cringes. It's a good lesson. I'll leave that as is. Another hand. Hold a habit, how frequently is that being hit? See. I hit my head twice while I was hanging out with the goofballs, and that was in a span of a week. Jumped into a rock while I was on vacation. Banged my head a lot. Not like that bad. Never gotten a concussion before, so that's good. I might just have a really, really hard head. Surprising how different some VTubers act once they start using webcam. Yep. I imagine that I would be very stiff and very, very still if I turned on a webcam. I don't think I would move very much. Either that or I would move a lot just to like distract from just seeing me in a flesh suit. Any advice on to receive commission payments but still under an alias of pen name? If you're using PayPal, make sure your PayPal is a business account. You can then control what your invoices look like when you send invoices. That's That's how you, because sometimes it shows your real name and real address. So if you make a business account, there are differences with a business account, so keep that in mind. But you can choose what information shows on the invoice. And actually scared of people, just scared of hitting their head with people. Excuse me. Yeah, doing embarrassing stuff with people watching is terrifying. Might be cheesy, but they say that the eyes are the window of the soul, and I love how expressive you are. Thank you. That's the fun thing, is just, if you rig your own model, you can understand the limits of the program, and you can learn how to push them really, really far. Thanks, robot. Imagine being perceived with other people's eyes. Couldn't be me. Bin, thank you for the hydrate. Sorry, the mug covered my face. Whew, one sec, I got something. Okay. There we go. Model seems to be slightly behind? Yes. Sometimes that happens. There's so much technology running all at once, you need a really powerful computer to run YouTube Studio, vBridger. Some people delay their audio so that it syncs up properly with their model. I try not to do that because I don't know how well it works, you know? Yeah. Seiko, thank you so much for the tinies. Motion so fluid is really good, thank you. I think the problem with being a VTuber as a streamer is if you decide to IRL stream, it creates a disconnect to what you're starting reason streaming. I don't know. I feel like for some people, it's they just want to be seen differently. Yeah, the model's wigging out. Let me real quickly just reset it. I haven't been running into problems until this week, actually. Why that is. Yeah, it's lagging a little bit on vBridger's end, which means it lags even more on VTS's end. Okay. I think it's caught up. I think it's back. Come on. What if I just go back to my normal outfit? Maybe it's less effects. Maybe that'll help. We learning today. Alright, let's go with the anatomy, a new hand. As a kobold, I understand this need and goodness of Chinese. Yep. They are very fun. Do like a claw-esque hand. Orla, thank you for the 190s. Looked like you jumped out from under the desk after fiddling with some wires. That's kind of what I was doing. You make a hand as if it was a man putting his hand up in the sky and his hand is closed. Like a fist? It's like punch in the sky. I can. I won't right now because I'm gonna do like a claw sort of hand. Makes me think of like the Coraline mom hand. Oh, I love Coraline so much. Since you like Adventure Time, HBO Max is getting a new series starring Finn, Jig, Gender Swaps, Fiona, and Cake. Oh! I could have sworn they were doing one for Simon. I was mistaken. Alright. Put this in the noodle hand form. Excuse me. Hands are very hard, yes. That's why I'm spending so long drawing them. Take a long while. Oh, Simon's also gonna be there. Oh, okay. Cool. I trust the hand. Ah! I almost dropped my pen. Since Ice King was one writing for Fiona and Cake Stories. Oh. But now it's Simon. Curious. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Noodle hand. Ah, Rayrick, thank you for the resub with Prime. 15 months. 15 months, many more to go. Glad you're having fun. And Death, thank you for the 100. We had first hype train. How about second hype train? We already had one. We already had one. Don't worry about it. You're gonna traverse the multiverse with a dangerous new villain. Oh, okay. Seiko, thank you for the 200. About the hype. Don't worry about it. It's all about the art lessons now. We doing art. We're doing art lessons. Don't worry about the hype train. Looks like it's a weird spider. Each month I become more of a short stack off. Soon, one of us. One of us. Alright, that's not bad. I think the thumb is a little big. Shrink it a little bit. Yeah, that's basically a noodle hand. Good pointy hand now. This is a fun one. Drawn like claws. Honey, a lesson trains. No, this is my turn. My turn to teach y'all lessons. Spider hand does whatever a spider hand does. Spins a web and it flies. I don't know if I'd ever want to get manicured nails like this. I kind of need to draw a lot, and I'm bad at typing without it. Dang it! Gotta do this. Just a little bit. Actually, that pulled on my phone. All right, we good? Good. Okay. Teach us arts lessons. You have to pay for those. This is free. This information is free. I'm putting it into the world for free. Leave humanity behind. Embrace Goblin. I think humanity's pretty alright. There's a lot of messed up things in it. But who's to say it would be different with any other creature? Hi, Confox. Thinking a lot about maybe trying my hand at VTubing. Gotta learn how to process music through a computer for what I have in mind, though. Ooh. That's fascinating, huh? Wonder how that could apply to VTubing. Livergirl Seiko, thank you for the 200. Thank you, Corliss, for the 100. It may be free lessons, but you can consider this tips from a grateful audience. Thank you. Thank you very much. You don't have to. I'm just glad this can help someone out, because I would have liked to have this kind of information a while back while I was learning. Excuse me, one sec. Vaporeon. Vaporeon. That was 10. Get tottered. Come on! I've learned my lesson. Please. Please, please. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. That is a lot. And Bowser, thank you for the gifted sub. You don't have to worry about it. Don't feel like you have to give anything just because Hype Train is going. I do really appreciate it. Chaos, I'm doing pretty good. I'm just, thinking about drawing hands now. My brain had a lapse in like, what are we focusing on? I forgot. Drawing hands. I'm glad you can count. Thank you. I can count. I can count all right. Omnicord. Thank you for giving the gifted sub. Thank you very much. Focus. I gotta focus, otherwise I'm not gonna be... Wait, how do you draw thumbs again? Wah. Yeah, this is how you draw fingers. Yeah, that's how you draw fingers. Gosh, my brain is not thinking. Oh no, it stopped. You distracted me. You distracted me. Oh no. Okay. Cam, no, it's only a level 4. Don't worry about it. What do I mean only a level 4? That's still a lot. Don't go breaking the record. It's okay. Records are ridiculously hard to get to. Don't worry about it. Brain, focus. Look, brain. Hand. You drew a hand. Good job. Good job. What just happened? I'm not gonna look up for a second. I'm gonna finish drawing. The hand. Finish drawing the hand, honey. Finish drawing the hand. Just don't look. Just don't look. Just don't look. Don't look. Don't look. It's fine. Fine. Seiko, thank you for the 500 shinies. I'm a little bit panicked, but also I've got such chill music going on right now and my brain is really focusing on it. It's quite nice.
A few moments later.
We don't need this train to hit that high. We don't need this train to hit that high. That's okay. Y'all have already given super generously this month. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Why do y'all enjoy seeing me getting flustered? I'm trying so hard to compose myself. Mobius. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much. You did not have to do that. And Olive, thank you for the 100 shinies. For the shinies. I appreciate it. Lil Looney Bin. Oh, that's how you pronounce it. Lil Looney Bin. Thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. And Brillim, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Eyes on the drawing. You got this. Yep, I'm just gonna focus on the drawing. I'm gonna focus on art. Look at that. Look at that pointy hand. Look at that pointy hand. It's nice. It's nice. I'm gonna draw a square hand. Square hand. Merlin. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much. That is a lot. AlVRC, thank you for the prime. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. David Shu, thank you for the gifted sub to Minecrafter. X-Minecrafter. Welcome in. See you looking all smug. Chat. It's an evil claw. I just wanted to draw an evil claw. Oh, made it small. There we go. It'll sing to us while the train is going. I'm gonna focus on this art. I'm gonna focus on this art. I can't focus on anything else right now. My brain is gonna lose it. Lose it! Why are my mods making promises for me? Why are my mods... I didn't say I would... Who said I would do that? Who said I would do that? Archive. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Thank you very much. Hope that was your fun money. I genuinely hope that was your fun money. Y'all are not obligated to give anything, especially if it is outside of your means. Don't give me any of your important money, please. Tekanova, thank you for the Prime. Welcome in. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you're doing well. Do you like Prime? Prime is fine. Son, I'm level 15, guys should sing. There we go. We can get my mods to perform. Terramon, thank you for the 100. Oh. You are not legally obligated to do anything. Thank you, Winky, for reminding me about that. Gotta draw a hand. Right, I was gonna draw a hand. And draw a square hand. Like I was gonna do for my lesson. Yeah. Gonna be fine. Ooh, death no. I wouldn't if I couldn't, but I can, so I am. Okay, Seiko, so long as it's within your means. Thank you for the 400 shinies. The gifts and subs are worth it just to see the cute animations you drew. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I'm gonna... Folks. Brain, stop being so easily distracted. Stop being so easily flustered and distracted. It's a detriment. This is what a square hand looks like, right? Yeah, this is what a square hand looks like. I think. Oh no, have I forgotten what square hands look like? Come on, brain. Focus up. Focus. Then we got wrist. Yeah, this is kind of what they look like, I think. Woo, another hand down. No, shoot. I wanted to move that up. Okay. Gift. Sky, what? No. Ah! Arrow bears. It's fine, this is fine. Arrow bears, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. Little Looney Bin. For the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much. If I stay calm, y'all won't get to see me flustered. So, if I just breathe, I'll be fine. Okay. No. Stay calm. Calm. Berlin, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That is incredibly kind of you. Banan Giraffe, thank you for the Prime. Welcome in. Possibly, I can try. Find your center and let the calm wash over you, young Padawan. Yeah, just breathe. heal my mods. Egging y'all on in chat. Ooh! Okay. Olive, thank you for the gifted sub. Rainbow Nader, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 months. Hiya, how are you doing this fine afternoon? Death, I will know. No. Good. Look at all these hands we're drawing. Look at all these good hands we've been drawing. Look at them. Look at all the different styles. Landmine, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. The next hand just grabbing chat by the throat, just throttling him. Okay. There's no gold, Joshi. No gold? Hype train already happened. No, none to go past. Cyril, hey. It's been a little bit. How you doing? Thank you for the 2,000 Chinese. And store kilo. I'm moving so much, my model's breaking. Starkilo, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. Hope you're having a really good day. Can you draw my suggestion of a hand next? Of a hand choking? Cat? No. I don't know about that. That seems a little too violent for Twitch. Gotta breathe. I watched this and it's so adorable, but I also see the fiery embers of a volcano struggling not to erupt all over everything in a sense. Honey about to explode in flustered love over chat. I'm all back. Doing my best to hold it all back. You see you flustered, so I'm disappointed. See? If I just don't get flustered, then it ends. Then we can go back to doing art lessons. You see the strategy works. The facial expression to it, I'll be waiting. No, you don't. Fine. We're okay. I'm okay. I've been streaming me playing God of War Ragnarok. I think choking isn't that violent. I mean, true, I guess. God of War Ragnarok is a very good game. It is also very violent. So, yeah. Hand in the air? Oh, just a fist? Maybe. I'll think about it a little bit more. I'm trying to think of what other positions I haven't really covered. Might have missed this part already, but what is a good rule of thumb for the hand size compared to the body? Usually, it can vary from character to character, but usually it's about the size of your character's face. Or for some it's smaller, depending on if you like chibi proportionate. But like if you put your hand onto your face, no joke, it's I know it was a stupid trick that people used to pull on you in school, but like no joke, it is a little smaller than the size of your face, usually. And that's how you can proportion it for very, like, anatomically correct proportions. Bowser. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Very, very much! My model's having a hard time keeping up with me because I'm moving too much. Hand goes from my chin to my eyebrows. Yeah, that's like a bit smaller than your face. I mean, I'm counting the face from like the eye. I'm not counting the forehead, but sometimes people have longer fingers that can go like mid forehead. It's different for everybody. You can kind of just guess. I love when people draw like really big hands in comparison to the body because they can be so expressive. If the hands are really small, you can't really... There's not a whole lot you can do with them design-wise. So if they're like medium to large size, you can really emphasize more stuff. Do I have large hands or a small head? I don't actually know. Proportions are weird. They don't always make sense. One sec, I'm gonna put some lip balm on. For a lip. I was just gonna put some lip balm on to calm down. Erlim, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Ooh. All right. Okay. Fulida, thanks for the hydrate. Whoops. I have my screen by accident. We're okay though. Thank you. Level 11 hydrate. That is a lot. That is a lot. You'll have to accept honey, pretend to be calm. See? See? That's all I had to do. I just had to remember to breathe, not panic, and just focus on chill music for a bit. Everything's fine. Rinse off Toxic, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. You're doing well today. You're playing art? Ooh, what kind of art were you doing? What were y'all up to? Seiko, thank you for the breathe routine. Don't breathe, it's bad for you. Is that the same logic where it's like, everyone who's ever breathed has died? It's like... I didn't fluster. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. Haha! I won! Let's go, baby! I just got us to remain calm. Ooh. Depends what you're breathing in. That is very true. Alright. Focusing up. Another pose. I guess like a fist. Or actually, let's instead of a fist, because fists are fine. But I wanna show the differences with fingers. Let's do like a peace sign. This is already kind of a square hand, actually. I don't know why I started with this, but it's pretty close to the square hand.
Oh well?
Oh well. Rin, I hope you're having a nice stream. I'm on a slow fan art rampage. I was drawing Dia. Oh, nice! And I love Dia's design. It's such a good one. I want to do so much fan art, but I just don't have the time, and I'm a little bit slow at finishing art pieces. Very slow, actually. So, it be what it be. I just do what I can with the time I got. Man, look at the streamer being supported. Love to see. Thanks, Wedge. Ooh. But thank you for the raid. I do really appreciate it. And thank you for trusting me with your community. My name is Honey. It's a pleasure to meet y'all. And we're just doing hands. I kind of gave a hand tutorial earlier. I'm gonna do some different styled hands. Art takes time. It does take a lot more time than I thought it would. I think past me would be kind of frustrated to learn how long art actually takes. But it's good. It's good to learn. Slow artist gang, let's go. Alright. And the noodle fingers. together because it's here. It's a fingy stream. A little bit spicy art. Fingers. Interlocking. Art takes time, but it's rewarding. Yeah, I would agree with that. 100%. Oh, Lynette, thanks for the posture. Thanks, Jules. Honeypot gets any more flesh, she's gonna throw these hands. I'm gonna start fighting someone. It will probably be my mods for encouraging this behavior. Cannot stop me. My mods have learned that I have no power over them. Truly, the mods are the ones with all the power here. Don't find out he's just a tiny, dense bundle of muscles. I'm pretty strong. I still gotta work out. I haven't done chin-ups in a little bit. I gotta get back into doing those. I think last time I did those was last week. Went for a run on a treadmill for a while. Gotta get back into doing arms. Apparently she can't even carry me yet. No, not yet. But better watch out. One day I will be able to. Wait, the spicy art is hand-holding? That's very inappropriate, young lady. Listen, I warned everyone! I gave everyone fair warning. Punishing mods for encouraging generosity? That has to be... Sometimes I get a little worried that y'all are being too generous and not prioritizing yourselves, because that is very, very important, and I would feel bad if y'all gave me your rent money. Or your grocery money. Oh, pointy hand. This. One of the more frustrating things about streaming art is like all of my best art comes out when I'm Girl, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Did not have to. Thank you very, very much. That is a lot. I'm a responsible adult with a streamer support budget. Alright, so long as you have a budget for it. Yeah. Thank you. Death, no, we can't sell anything to support a streamer. As that phrase keep getting through, I banned like 10 versions of it. Yeah, right? Everyone saw the sign on the door and said, with their whole DW looking self, that sign won't stop me, because I can't read. All your best comes out when... So, all of my, in my opinion, my best art comes out when I'm not being watched. This is good practice because it makes me draw under pressure. And it's also like, I'm genuinely glad that some of this information can be shared, and y'all find it very, very helpful and useful. But a lot of my best art comes when I'm just vibing to a really, really high intensity playlist and not focusing on reading anything else or focusing on making sure that every line is perfect, you know? Streamer debuff. Yeah, exactly. It's a streamer debuff. Don't get me wrong. I still think the art's good. I just think it's not as crisp as my off-stream art. Russell. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. No hype train. Y'all don't gotta give anything. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. All good. We're here to learn. We're here to learn some art hacks for hands. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Learning to draw while people are throwing money at you sounds very... Drawing and reading at the same time can be a little distracting, but like that's not bad. I kind of enjoy that. Kept my word. Hey. How are you doing? Thank you for the gifted sub. What music are you into? A lot of different music. In order to focus, a lot of the times I listen to J-Rock, so a lot of anime openings, like Chainsaw Man opening, music by Eve, listen to some Queen Bee, Vocaloid stuff, covers, a lot of stuff in general. The art you make when you're still streaming is pretty good too. Thank you. I do my best, and I'm glad y'all enjoy it. But sometimes the pressure of making sure everything appears perfect while I'm streaming gets to me, and I get nervous, and I feel like I gotta do good. Otherwise, it's gonna reflect poorly on my art skills. He's more over. You've been watching Bush the Rock? No. I haven't watched that yet. I haven't been watching a lot of animes. I just finished Inside Job last night. I've really been pacing myself with media because weirdly enough, watching too many shows burns me out from consuming media. And that's frustrating because it's like, there's so many good things to watch. I'm just tired of watching new things. It's new show fatigue. Probably the best way I could put it. Like, I still have to finish most recent season of Umbrella Academy. I just haven't gotten into it because I'm tired. Inside Job is super fun. I was so excited. It's really good. It's really, really good. I love it. Random question. How hard would it be to set up hand tracking for a guitar on a model? Like, accurate hand tracking on a guitar. Fairly difficult. I'm trying to think of the ways you could do it. It's not impossible. It would be really time consuming though. Doing better than most of us ever will. We're vibing and enjoying our art like we always do. I had one hack to learn to draw hands. Study a gross anatomy book. I've never been able to draw, but now I know how to draw one thing's hands. Yes. Studying anatomy books, like medical books, and sometimes there are anatomy books for sculptors and artists. Those are great to study. When the new season of Dragon Prince came out, I told myself stop binging this season, and then I cried because I ate the whole season. I haven't watched Dragon Prince. I watched the first couple episodes, was kind of disappointed, and then just never went back to it. Which sucks because, like, my cousins tell me it's really good, and my siblings like, you should watch it. But I just haven't. There's just so much to watch. So many things to do. It's a lot. Alright, what's another good hand? Accurate hand tracking sounds super hard. I've seen Gary's guitar model, which kind of looks like it tracks with his hands in a super simple way. Yes, that is probably... Gary's got a good way of doing it, which isn't super time-consuming to create, and isn't really, really complex and hard to make, you know? Watch anime and have a sub to Crunchyroll. Watch do it yourself. Oh yeah! I forgot that the main character's name is Yourself. And that's kind of funny. Can a VTuber model be made in Blender? Yes, absolutely. 3D VTuber models can be made in Blender. Most of them are, actually. Most of them are Vroid models that have been taken and then put into Blender and reboned. First season is slow, but there's been greenlit for 4 more seasons? This show's gonna go forever. We need happy music. There's Sonic's racing soundtrack. I don't know if well, I've never played Sonic. I've watched a little bit of it when I was a kid, but not a whole lot. Thumbs up in different styles? Oops. Maybe. I'm trying to think of showing different angles of the hand. Right now these are fairly straight on. I'm trying to think of poses that are good to showcase the differences. Oh, here's one, actually. Trying block hands. That is my go-to, actually, for starting out with hands. It's just like block hands. There we go. That's not a bad one. Does it translate for Among Us hands? Yeah, I think it does, actually. Up here. Thank you for the ear wiggles. Spider-Man flipping angle? Kind of similar to this one, yeah? It is really easy to get the gesture down when you reduce it to blocks. It's much more simple to grasp in your brain if that is the case. Alright, let's start with the noodle hands. Or the wrist this time. Not bad. I'll adjust this a little more. Exaggerate a little. I think one of the cool things about learning hand anatomy is that you can apply it to almost any style of hand, and it'll just elevate your art really nicely. Don't get me wrong, it's hard to learn and it's very time consuming and tiring, but worth it in the end, I think. Chin up a little bit. Ooh, Master Drain, hi. Yeah, you're in time for a little bit of spicy. Still Twitch safe. Don't worry. Is the best way to learn to draw really life drawing? I want to skip to drawing cute dragon boys and sexy demon ladies. You're right. Oh, I know. You could still do that, but do make sure you do life drawing as well. As much as I didn't want to admit it at the time, it really helps your art. My teachers were right. Funny, the people with years and years of teaching experience on how to draw knew what it takes to make drawings better. Who would have guessed? Yeah, life drawing, excellent. Highly recommend it. Even if you feel... because the worst part about life drawing is that it will really stump you. It will be as if you have run into a brick wall after sprinting for so long through your art, and it's just the most frustrating thing because there's no way around it. You have to slowly make your way there. Any reason you're drawing hands? I just felt like it. My brain woke up and went, I'm ready to just fight something. And I was like, okay, brain, You do you. We'll do hands today. And so we did. Imagine if one of your teachers was watching you and types in chat, I told you so. Oh. Oh. I'm sure all of my teachers would say that to all of their students. They would just be like, I was right. Your art got better with life drawing. And all of us would be like, yeah, I know, but it sucks. It was the most boring homework to do life drawing sessions. Because we had to do a minimum of 3 hours of life drawing as homework. So we already had about 8 hours of life drawing for classes. But on top of that, we had to do an extra 3 hours outside of class time. It was a lot. It made us all really, really good, but we all were super frustrated with it. Funny thing about hand movements and anatomy and shit is that technically really complicated virtuoso guitarists learned how to minimize hand movements to allow them to play faster. It's really cool. I like watching like pianist fingers just go on pianos versus like really beginners. It's very, very fun. Life drawing always hacks me up because the scale of objects always wind up with one thing being way too big or looking distorted. Oh yeah, that's one of the frustrating things. It really is the one piece of homework that forces you to confront your skills or lack thereof, and you do feel like a child because you're like, I thought I was better than this. I like art. I thought I was better at art. And then life drawing is like, oh no, you've got so much to learn. What do you mean? You have the potential to be good at art, but no, you must learn bones. I think I did life drawing and I feel this pain. Yeah. 3 hours of homework on top of other homework. Yep, each of our classes gave us so many projects. Like, it was a very intense art school, but it was very, very fun. We learned a lot. I was very fortunate that I already took a couple necessary courses, like just generally because, you know, school still recommends you need certain courses to pass, whether or not they are related to your field. So because I did a couple years of school before that, I got all of my required courses out of the way, so I had free time to do my homework. It was very helpful. Whenever I would hit a wall with drawing when I was a child, I would shift gears and try drawing some sort of eldritch horror starting with a single basic shape. That's a good way of doing it. Sometimes if you ever hit a wall, you can muscle through it, or you can try drawing something different, and that'll help too. My art class in high school was where I got to learn my art style and about shading. Nice! My art school didn't really teach me about shading. Well, they kind of did, but like I didn't get it. And now I kind of get it. Sometimes it's also a matter of like the information being presented at the right time when you are ready to learn it, and not just when the course demands it. Low battery life. I love drawing models, especially the speed drawing aspect of it. Having a reason to not sweat the details and just do it was stressful but delightful. Yes, that is actually that's exactly why some of my teachers recommended life drawing actual people outside in the wild, because you would have to draw them fast, not worry about the details, only get the gesture and the basics down so it was readable as a person sitting down or a person walking. Because if you spent too long on it, you would fret about the details, and the details was not the thing they were trying to teach us. They were trying to teach us drawing and getting an impression quickly. You're saying life drawing is that anime antagonist who shows up at the beginning of season 4 or so, who lets the protagonist talk big game before utterly humiliating them. Yes, absolutely. Life drawing is it's not even like the big bad final boss. It's not even like an antagonist. It's like when you just face a master at work and the hero gets motivated to do better. Oh, no, wrong one. A little better. And then unlock. fingers a little bit more. Pros of digital art. You just do that. Used to draw a lot as a kid, but lost interest in it. Now I enjoy writing stories. That's fair. You don't have to like something immediately, or even like it for a long time. Hobbies change. And what people want changes too. That's okay. Drawing fictional characters is more fun than drawing real people. It is. I 100% agree. However, you need to draw real life people to draw fictional characters better. I know. Not what we want to hear, but it's the truth. I think you're really good at catching those important gestures. Even looking at your model, it's so expressive for something. Thank you. Yeah, life drawing really helps. It really, really just helps to elevate a piece. When I had a PC, I used to draw and paint lots of stuff that got me awake until sunrise. It was fun until a day came and suddenly I got no more interest. Kind of sad. Yeah. Sometimes that just happens. And can't be mad at yourself for that. Yoshi, thank you for the hydrate again. When I used to draw, I always felt like my middle finger and little finger were attacking each other. Really. I'm just looking at my fingers and trying to figure out how they would attack. Speaking of life drawing, my mom has a PhD in natural history illustration, and her thesis was on local Australian glossy black cockatoos. She did an oil painting for it. Physical mediums are wild. I cannot paint. I don't have the patience or the skill. You bring your fingers closer to the tip of the pencil for smaller things? Because I've never seen someone give that tip. I don't actually do that. That is actually a tip to kind of be careful of. So the way I hold my pencil in this drawing, you can see it moving around, that is actually how I hold my pen. If you move your fingers closer to the tip of the pencil, it does allow you more control. However, you will be drawing from your wrist and fingers and not from your elbow and shoulder, which you do need for bigger gestures and to make sure that you don't get carpal tunnel. One of the reasons people get carpal tunnel really quickly in art is because you will do repetitive small motions a lot, and fingers are weird. They're not quite like big muscles. They're so small and so finicky and delicate, but they can do a lot of cool stuff. So it is good to do small details with smaller strokes of the wrist and the fingers. However, be careful not to do that too much for a full image. So you're saying you lack patience. Yes. Essentially, yes. My carpal tunnel is because of video games. That's another thing. The video games are really rough for carpal tunnel because of the small repetitive motions that are really fast and aggressive. My ADD always has me forgetting to stay hydrated. Yeah, that's why I gotta redeem. I gotta remember. Draw on big old canvas with big arm gestures and you'll be more accurate. Like aim in FPS games. Yeah, drawing on a big canvas, and so instead of me zooming out and drawing all tiny like this, like, yeah, I can cover more ground, but it's much better if I am closer so that my entire arm is making these movements and it's not just my wrist. Hands are very versatile, but not actually made for all the things we ask of them. Oh yeah. I don't think we were evolved to do a lot of these things. But art is so good, I can't keep up. I've been drawing for 8 years until I stopped drawing for 2 years after I dropped out of college. 3-year hiatus later, and I'm finally getting back into art and having the motivation to do so. That's awesome, Magical. That is really nice. I've been burnt out for a couple years, and then I started VTubing because I had a new hobby and a new thing to look into and learn about, and that just made me so much more excited for art. I misheard, I don't have the patience for skill, and dang if that ain't me. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of restraint. Hands just feel like they want to break, just trying to fix one mistake, then you make a bigger one. It's really rough. It is hard. Art is hard. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Maybe a little longer. There we go. Blocky hand. I used to know a stretching exercise and massage method to get rid of carpal tunnel and also prevent it, but I don't remember. There are some really, really good exercises. Let me, actually this is really important. Let me pull them up. Someone did a very, very good visual. Like a lot of artists have actually done some really, really cool visuals. Here we go. There we go. Here's one. Very, very good. So I'm actually going to do these right now. Let me just double check if I can see if I can find the artist. It was off of Google. It was... yeah, it's just an Etsy print, unfortunately. Wait. By Angel... this person. By Angela John Hugh Draws. Cool. These are really good exercises. So I'm gonna do a couple of these so that I can avoid carpal tunnel. I usually do a lot of these like before I start drawing, just because, you know, warms up the muscles. So be kind to yourself. Move it over a little bit. Yeah, just like squeeze and release your hands. Do that for a bit. I'm gonna do that right now. Squeeze and release. And then pinch your thumb and index finger together for a little bit and release. Do that a couple times. Alpha Diabolos, thank you for the posture check. Put your index and middle finger together, push, like finger taps. Just do that a couple times. That could be your hand drawing practice. Yeah, this is what I like to look at because it shows me a very fun way to draw hands. I like these. Reference these a lot. For me, it's always been cubital tunnel messing me up. I don't know the tunnels enough. All right, tilt your wrist down, grab a medicine ball. I'm literally just gonna grab a dice container I have. Not perfect, but you do what you can with what you got. Tilt up, do it a bunch of times. Kind yourself, I don't understand the meaning of these words. You treat others very kindly. Make sure you treat yourself with the same kindness. It's not fair to only give it one way. Moment of silence for all of us aspiring artists who broke against the hard wall of drawing hands. You're hearing clicking, clacking? That's me tilting my wrists up and down. I have to do it for both hands. Even if you only draw with one hand, stretch the other hand anyways. Doesn't matter. Haruko Yami, thank you for the reset. Happy 5 months. Welcome back. That's my bones. Alright. I can't squeeze the ball because I don't have the ball. That's okay. Instead, I'm going to do this one down here. Wrist flexion and wrist extension. Oh, sweet. Aw, Cove got me a ball. Nice. I'm gonna stretch first. The dice container adds some ASMR to the exercise. Exactly. It's to make sure y'all know. Because yeah, I actually have a stress ball. I just didn't know where I left it. I'm not gonna use that. that is made of porcelain. That's a skull. Alright, stretching the other way now with wrist extensions. Now I got 2 balls. Sick! Magic clicky clacky math rocks. They make noise and it makes me happy. Hey man, we're just doing hand stretches right now. I hope we're doing well. We're just doing wrist extensions. for both wrists. And then I'm gonna do the ball squeezes. I have 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna squeeze the ball. We used to have these in art school just to make sure that none of us would get carpal tunnel. It was really nice. Get those hand stretches in. Yeah, heck yeah. And Bo, thank you for the gifted sub to Min. You gotta stretch some fingies. You don't know when they'll be really useful. True, you never know. Alright. Do the other hand for squeezing the ball. And now I'm gonna make a fist and do pronation and supination. I didn't know there were actual words for that. It's just twisting your wrist with fists. These are really good exercises. One of the ones that I got, because I had tight wrists at one point and I had to go to physiotherapy. One of them that's really good is gently, pretty much doing this, wrist extensions. Gently put your palms onto the ground, go into like, yeah, just hands on the ground, you're on your knees. Push yourself forward and backwards until you feel stretches, and then flip your hands so that they are upside down, you know, and then push forward and backwards as well. That is very good for your arms. You can also do it against a wall. That is also a very good way of doing it. Yeah, we just did these. I'm gonna do the tilts up and down again because that actually feels really good. It's not about how fast your fingers are, but how skilled they are. Also about how much care you take of them. Oh, this stretch is actually really hard with the ball. Oh, dang. Yeah, usually I just do the, I do it on the ground or against a wall for stretching fingers and the wrists. Because for me, it was tightness in the tendons of my wrist. It wasn't quite carpal tunnel, thankfully. I do have friends who have gotten carpal tunnel and they've had to get surgery for it. It's not good. Would not recommend. They have a lot of issues now. And so, like, a couple of them have become ambidextrous due to that. I'm so bad at remembering to do stretches. Yeah, I do a bit of stretches while whenever someone does a posture check. It's a good, helpful little reminder. All right, that's pretty good. Good little break for watching over the wrists. Thank you, Angela Sean who draws. I hope I've been pronouncing that okay. And I am Aaron. Thank you for the resub with Prime. Happy 4 months. Welcome back. Yeah, we'll do one more hand, and then I think we can call it done. Solid Snake, thank you for the resub. Happy 8 months. As a dude with constant backache, stretches feel so pleasant. Yes. Another thing that you might not know, a lot of problems in your hands when you're doing art can oftentimes come from tight shoulders. So make sure you're sitting up with good posture. I'm awful with this, but put your feet on the ground, make sure it's a 90-degree angle with your legs, back straight. You're not really, really close to your screen or really, really far away. You are at an adequate distance, and your arm, the elbow joint is at 90 degrees or more. Don't be making it an acute angle. Not good for your arm. Stomp strip it. I know it's not easy. It's not good for me. I'm getting better. Do a heap of hand exercises so I don't have tendon disorders playing metal guitar. Jeez. Because I have to work really hard getting consistent rhythm takes. I know something is wrong when it feels like someone's flicking a rubber band inside my arm wrong. Yep. You can feel that, and it's not great. Me curled up like a croissant with my face pressed against the tablet. Oh. Sometimes I get that close, spin. Sometimes it gets bad. But trying to consciously make an effort to do better. Let's see, what's a good last one? That done. Peace sign, claws, pinching with fingers, wave, palm. I guess a punching fist might be good. To reference my own hand real quick. Do it at this angle. So it's an 89-degree angles. Better fix that. Get on that. I'm a mess, but God, I'm doing my best. Exactly. So long as we're just doing our best, taking care of ourselves, that is incredibly important. So for these poses, I've been referencing my own hand, just for heads up. This one's a hard one. I gotta think about the perspective on it. Challenging myself with this last one. Nice. There we go. Okay. Give that one a shot. Watch check is there for a reason? Exactly. Exactly. I could steal one from the hand anatomy chart, but I would also like to... I like referencing my own hand because it's a good challenge for my brain. Lets me think. And fists are really hard to draw. They are not easy. They're like... Your noodles are compressed into a ball and they all look sharp now. I can think of a hand gesture you could draw, but I don't know if Twitch would appreciate it that much. I personally recommend a standing desk if you're doing a lot of art. I do have a standing desk, actually. It's really good. One sec, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. But yeah. I do have a standing desk. It's very, very helpful. I like it a lot because even though I don't stand at it all the time, if I find myself slouching forward, I will just raise my desk enough where the screen is now eye level with me, and so that it's much easier to straighten my back and have good posture. You still have all your cables strung up? No. No. What makes you think that? What makes you think that? It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to stand up completely. It's fine. I meant thanks for the breathe. Oh, thank you for the blessings. Cable management, none. I'm in the same boat. Oh my gosh, Min. Oh, okay, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I have a very messy setup. It's not great. I will fully admit that. But also, will I change it? Probably not. That's art time, baby. I could be using that time to do art. I just realized I'm drawing a sharp hand, not a noodle hand. That's my bad. Struggle is real. I'm awful at... Yeah, I know. It's... I have zip ties and everything, so I can, like... I can actually do it, but... I could just do art. So... Maybe it's not so much cable management as time management. Barbarian feels fulfilled from mice and he's. I got weird sneezes. Just making sure everything's good. Yeah, okay. BTS is going okay right now. My ADHD says hyperfocus on that cable management, make it perfect. Mine says ignore it. Don't know if I got ADD, but my brain says to ignore it. It's fine. It's manageable. Noodle hand. Thin noodly wrist. Fists are hard to draw. Now we do the pointy one. Hi, Frog. Just want to make sure I don't disrespect you, so what are your pronouns? Oh, thank you for asking. They're she, her. Yeah, I still got to get that pronoun bot setting all set up. Ooh, I got a lot of stuff I got to set up. But thank you for asking. It is my cable management skills are 60 out of 100. Listen, that's pretty good. That's not bad. That's like 60%. Yeah, that's better than me. Can't do risks to save my life? Risks are very difficult. Don't worry, you're not alone. Risks are very, very difficult to draw. Let's see, how did I draw this? You ever look at your old art and go like, what's going on in your brain? What was happening here at this moment? That's me right now, looking at my drawing from like 6 minutes ago. Can't believe I finally caught one of your streams. I'm so happy to be. Thanks, little blue oak. Welcome in. Barbarian asks if honey is satisfied by her. What does that mean? Satisfied with my sneeze? It was a fine sneeze. It had to happen. Nope. Stick out like that. Gosh. Fist, oh my gosh. It's a good challenge, but also why? Why did I do this to myself? There we go, okay. That's pretty good. Wrists are very different. Shows how to draw hands in Among Us style. Coward. I'm a little bit cowardly. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. Manage my cables by tying them with another cable to a table like behind the PC. Still better than what I got, I think. Motonova, welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good today. The Among Us eye shine haunts. It's not even wrong. It's not even wrong is the annoying part. Following your inspiration is a good thing. Yeah. Just find things that motivate you. And hold on to them. Don't let them go. One more square there. Don't know much about art. I don't want to be a sycophant, but I know that someone who draws a hand so easily is a good artist. Thank you. Oh, Dirty Squirrel, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. How are you doing? How was your stream? You're playing God of War Ragnarok. Nice. Oh, I really want to play that game. But I have model work to do, and I'm really excited, and I really like doing model work. So much going on all at once. Everything's happening. And it's overwhelming, but it's also really, really cool. It makes me happy. I'm just gonna make this thicker. But I hope you had fun. It's so good when you get it, it'll be epic. Yeah, that's exactly what I hear. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. I love the first game, or not the first game, but like I guess it's technically God of War 4. It's really, really fun. But welcome in, new peeps. My name is Honey. I hope y'all are having a good day. Welcome to the tavern. Take a seat and relax for a bit. I'm just doing some hands in different styles. Not bad. Not bad, honestly. That's pretty good. I like the pointy hands. They look super cool. Stretching again. I like your character. It's very cool. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I'm glad you like it. I made the art and rigging myself. Being honest, rather work on Saturdays than Sundays. Yeah, Sundays feel just like they need to be rest days for me. Ooh. Stretch a little more, just make sure the hands aren't cramping up. And after doing those artist stretches earlier, I really want to do them again. They're really fun. See you later, Chumbeak. Thanks for dropping by. I recently made a switch to being a cartoon, and I love it, so I've been looking for some new friends. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Being a VTuber is very fun. Real lazy. Thank you so much for the 100 shinies. I'm actually doing an endgame stuff on Ragnarok. Nice, Death. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so let's go over what we learned today as a big summary. So today, we were drawing hands. I know, it's wild, isn't it? Let's see. So, this is what I learned in school. These are the methods of breaking down hands in your brain that I learned in school. Whew. You don't have to wear pants. Very true. You don't have to worry about what your outfit looks like. I am kind of wearing PJs in a way. Lewd art alert, just warning y'all. So this is how you can break down tendons in a hand. Very square. There are the knuckles there. Hands do that weird little mitten thing where the middle is the biggest. Sorry, the model is lagging a little. There we go. Every time I re-click on VTS, it fixes it. Wild. If it worked, I guess it's fine. But yeah, so then we have the way the fingers naturally curve towards the middle finger. They just gently curve slightly. And then we have the bones of the palm work and the cheek meat of the palm. Very good to make note of. Sunshine, thank you for the hydrate. Ooh. Bet you can't draw a middle finger for El Dirty Squirrel. I would if I could, but Twitch might get a little angry. Yeah, and this is how you can break down the knuckles. So you can still see that the knuckle lines follow the same kind of arc that the rest of the fingers do. Fingers are usually split between the palm, you know, they're half-half. And then these were examples of taking these pictures. And this is the difference between tracing over drawing or tracing over pictures versus using them as reference and drawing them. There is a big difference. Books and Book Teas just clocked out. You're free. You're free. Go wherever you please. Let's see, what else? You have a TikTok. I do not currently have a TikTok, no. There's so many social media sites, and like I already have a hard time keeping up with Discord and Twitter. So I don't know if I could handle having another one. Like I just started a Tumblr for a place to put art just in case something happens to Twitter, and it's already so much for my brain. Yeah, there's so many different social media sites. I just don't know if I can keep up with them. There's just so many. Like, technically, I have a manager currently, but I only ever bother them with like sponsorship deals and contracts because I need someone else to read the legalese and break it down for me so I understand. It's so rough. Because I manage everything else. I manage my commissions, art, my socials, just everything. Yeah, we did the rule of make it 3 fingers instead of 4 because this is too many. It kind of distracts. This is a lot simpler. The brain understands it really well. Then here's another example of traced versus with anatomy, and then cleanup. Hand holding. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Dumb brain doesn't know how to handle social media. Yeah. I don't know how to do it. And then we did stylized hands. Just sort of an exercise to show how even if the design is different, if the anatomy is still there, it can translate to a lot of different styles. That's kind of what we're doing around now. Glad I set up my posting bots for redeems. Or my socials. That would be smart. I don't know how to do that. Ooh. Oh, alright, let's save this. And then head on over here. We're back. Love that it's catching up. TikTok is one I've been purposely avoiding. Aside from its ties to CCP, it's designed to get you to stay so well. I know if I start, I'll never be able to leave. Yeah, sometimes it's... The way sites are now designed is everything is very addictive. It's designed to keep you there for long periods of time, which I can't have that. I gotta focus. I got work to do. It's a lot. It can be really rough. I don't want to dedicate too much time to just one site when I could instead be creating things. Maybe a great art teacher? Thank you! I kind of get to do that now. Bye, Alfred. Take it easy. I kind of get to do that now because this is kind of the way I get to teach people now. Model is lagging. I will fix it. Just one moment. All right. It's not me, Bridger. It is yes. Mwah. Wow. Wow. Okay, there we go. It's better now. A little bit. These sites are all designed to be attention sinks, so they have a means to sell your eyes to advertisers. Yeah. It's a little dystopian. You see date and app in a way. Yeah, it kind of does, actually. TikTok is just raw algorithm that really makes me feel sketchy. I can't spend too much time on it, so I figured it's probably best if I don't. Like, I just don't from the get-go. I might, because who knows? I'm not closing off the possibilities, but also I'm a little reluctant to do so. Jasper, thanks for streaming. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you. Thank you, Jasper. Also, COVID update. I'm fully recovered. Yes. Heck yeah. Good job. My voice did not get damaged, and I'll be able to return to work next weekend. Nice. Oh, I'm so glad you're doing better. I'm so glad. That's really scary. I'm glad you're okay. Thank you for streaming. Thank you, Hungry Hippo. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. Now I want to draw Transformer hands. Don't let your dreams be memes. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead. You're free to do it. 30 seconds until new song redeem available? Oh no, look. There's a rating button I could press. It's so great. Been worried about a friend of mine with COVID. It's good to hear about good recoveries. Yes, it's actually quite comforting to hear about good recoveries. Because, like, my brain is just like, only been hearing bad stuff. Only been hearing bad stuff. Am afraid. Am a little afraid. But there have been good recoveries. Like, so a couple of my cousins have got COVID, but they're doing okay. They're doing all right, and that is making me feel a little better. Still a serious issue, but, you know, makes me feel a little better. Thanks for the stream. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, doggy. Thanks for coming in and vibing with us. Social media can be useful to find new ideas so long as you don't sink into them. Yeah, Thanks, Samther. Yeah, I don't know. Social media is weird. It's a weird one. Music. We do have one last song redeem before we go, so why don't I do that? Why don't I sing a little song? And then we can head on out, and I can go have lunch, and y'all can go... Actually, for some of you, it's probably evening. Whoops, it is a different time of day. I'm gonna refresh this connection one last time. All right, getting better. Yeah, a little better. Missing a couple frames, but that's okay. Thank you, guy. Actually, I turned off the background music. Yes, I did. Excellent. Good job, me. You gotta encourage yourself sometimes. the sound of a heartbeat, for it calls out, won't ever leave my memory. Bloodshed all around, I can see a tear on my father's face, for it falls out, oh my enemy. How could I have ever let you down? Oh, when all these trees saw us grow, cut our teeth and break our bones right here. Would play with shields made of stone, share our dreams and sit at thrones. Be still, 'cause I see smoke up ahead, and I got steel in my hands. We will return like warriors, I swear, that we'll find glory up ahead. Tell me, where is my home? I don't recognize the faces anymore. Oh, where is my friend? The one I've known since I was only just a kid. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye. Bye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, time to say goodbye. Bye, goodbye. Bye. Oh. All right. Thank you for that song reading. And Spaceman's Door, thank you for the ear wiggles. Whew. Alrighty. Let me just turn on some background music real quick. There we go. Thanks, Mobius. Alright, I'm super excited to rest my throat for today. Ooh. I'm gonna turn on my humidifier and then just gonna go hang out with my friends and then come back and hopefully my place will be pretty humid. Like, good kind of humid. Thank you, Real Focus, please. And thank you, Olive. That's a very kind compliment. Thank you. Alright, who's up? Who's here? Oh. I think I know who we can visit. I haven't visited them in a while. And I don't think they're ending stream. Yeah. I think they're still here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. Let's call it let's call it an art raid. Art raid would be nice. We're gonna go visit a very, very cool VTuber artist. I think y'all will really like him. We're gonna go visit Yoklesh. I rarely get to raid Yoklesh, so let's go. It's not Lewd Hands! It's not Lewd Hands! We're not doing Lewd Hands! Come on! It's not lewd. But also that is really funny now that I think about it. But art raid, oh gosh, no wait, I can't. Come on! Ooh! This will be fine, this will be fine. I'm definitely not struggling to copy and paste a message right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. 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 Yeah. I see I've lost this battle. Fine. We'll call it a lewd hand raid. Alright. I will see y'all on Monday. I will do a little bit of editing to make sure that my stuff isn't as janky as it has been this past week. But I will be streaming on Monday at 6 p.m. PST. You can check the schedule below if you're not sure what time zone that is for you. But take it easy. I will see y'all very soon. I hope you have a good weekend. Alright? Take it easy. Thank y'all so much. Bye!